It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, March 4th, 2025, and we're coming to you live. How is everybody doing?
Good. Woo.
Stand by for first swig. Right on the money today, Gio. Right on the money.
Thank you.
What if you found out Gio was just taking
wouldn't
your
care.
money and making that in his car?
I don't care if he was spitting it.
And Sanka.
We've been making it home for 2 years.
Yeah. Oh. It's just Sanka and some skim milk.
Some old Folgers.
Folgers.
Folgers in your cup, baby.
So yesterday I went there and I got food. I got a bagel. That's my weird daughter. She only likes plain bagels. Doesn't want butter on it or anything. Just a plain bagel in the middle of the afternoon.
From Starbucks?
From Starbucks. Got her strawberry refresher drink. Got Joey a drink. And then I got a coffee. That's $25. So I went to pay for it on my app, and I had like $24. So I had to add money to the app. My app adds in increments of $50. So now I have...
Oh, it's not, you're not going to use that. That's going to take a while to use $50 or one more trip.
Yeah, well, that was my point. That I put the $50 on it, and I've that $75, but I'm about to whack $25 off of it right now, and then Geo tomorrow morning with the next one. And I stopped to think how much that must be costing, and it is insane.
These two coffees are 11 and change every day.
$11.
Yeah.
$11 just for the start.
$11.67.
Then no doubt between sometime after the show and the time I get my daughter, I have gone to Starbucks one time. And most of the time that second trip has been to get stuff for her as well. So yeah, I'm getting hosed here. I'm getting whacked on this deal.
Especially if you're getting their food. Their food is very expensive.
So
well, everything is, though. Like,
yeah.
I don't drink coffee, but I assume that if you go to a diner, a cup of coffee is like 50 cents. You know what I mean?
It should be, but it's not anymore.
What is it in Midnight Run?
Oh, yeah.
Should be 53 cents, Michael.
Yeah.
What about the tea?
53 cents.
I'll have the tea. Yeah, you're right. It should be, but it's not. And
because I drink tea, I drink green tea, and I just get a big box of Lipton green tea at home, and I think that's like $3 or something.
I mean, even if you walk into like a 7-Eleven right now, I think it's like $3 or $4.
7-Eleven, I'm talking like a diner. Like if you go into a diner, is it
still like $1.50, $2?
But it's bottomless at the diner.
Yeah.
True. You get 30 cups of it. Yeah. I don't know.
The Starbucks seems to be doing all right.
I think they're gonna survive.
They're gonna survive this.
Oh no, yeah, I get it. It's like plenty of places, like Hard Rock. Hard Rock doesn't need to do anything. They're like, you're coming here. You're doing it. It's strip clubs. Strip clubs never have a coverage or never have a free cover. They never have like drink specials or anything. They're like, you want to see them? Get in here. Just pay the money.
It's like I wonder how Starbucks was the one that broke through and went national and worldwide. And
I think that's why. I think because they started putting them, because they started in Seattle and then they started putting them elsewhere.
Right.
They were like, hey, we're killing it over here. And because Seattle's known for coffee, it's known for rain and coffee and crappy 90s music.
Yeah, and Frasier.
But
and also I feel like coffee became a cultural thing. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't before. It used to be just, your parents drank coffee after dinner or whatever. Now it's like, you almost see on social media people posing with their coffee and they got the big thing and
well, that's because Starbucks started offering more than just coffee. You were getting frappuccinos, and macchiatos, and all that
it's
stuff.
Not just a cup of Joe.
You're right. Yeah. When my wife started going to Starbucks, which is what got me in, she was like, "I go, what do you get?" And she's like, "I get a venti iced coffee with extra cream and one equal." And I went, "All right, I'll try that." And I tried that, and that was my drink. And then once I realized other countries outlawed equal, I stopped using the equal, and now I just get the coffee. And then they were like, "Hey, fatty, we're gonna add 10 ounces to that cup and make an even bigger one." And I said, "Sign me up! I'm a sucker. I'll take it." And now I have I will definitely say I acknowledge that I have an addiction to it.
Oh yeah,
because if I drove there and they didn't have coffee, I'd be furious.
Do you have like an actual caffeine, like coffee addiction, or do you think you have an addiction to your process?
I think I have an addiction to my process.
Yeah.
Like if Gio didn't come in today, I would be like, we're fine without Geo, but what are we doing without the coffee? I would lose my mind.
Coffee more important than Geo.
Not more important, but it
No, that's what
definitely
you
breaks
said.
my routine.
As someone who also is addicted to the process in coffee, I'm not offended by that at all.
Yeah, you know what's up.
My wife is pretty good about it because my wife, I bought her. I looked online. I Mr. Consumer Report. What's the best? This and that. Every thing that I looked at said the best homemade coffee maker for iced coffee is old school Mr. Coffee.
Yeah.
And I think it cost me like $20 or
When
something.
you say the best one, what do you mean? Like best for the price or best?
Yeah,
for,
best,
okay,
and best
yeah.
works best, overall.
Yeah.
Best reviews, best
Yes.
like because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like people go through that on Amazon and stuff like that, and just because it's expensive does not mean it's the
Right,
best.
and that was the
Yeah.
thing, Carmen. There were way more expensive ones, but this one was number 1 or number 2 in like everything that I read. As far as it doesn't break, it works well, it's easy to use.
I'll tell you what, that is a real key component that it doesn't break because
Right,
there's
'cause
so many
it's not
parts
fancy.
inside. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing,
Yeah.
and so it's very basic, whatever. But also is whenever I do all the grocery shopping, I get her coffee, and then she goes, "Get me creamer," and I go, "What kind?" And she goes, "Whatever kind." And I just think of what I would like, and so I get Snickers, and I
yeah.
get sweet Italian cream,
They have
and I
everything.
get this and that. Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, look! I got salted caramel."
At Christmas, I got a cold brew maker, and I was making cold brew at my house, and I would make it overnight, get up the next morning, and still go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
What's the
even-
point?
and my kids
Oh.
would end up drinking it.
When we went to Tennessee, my brother brought his $3,000 coffee maker with him to Tennessee, and they were so mad that him and Bobby that I would get up and drive to Starbucks every day.
It's the
yeah.
process, though. It's part of it.
I got a routine. I like to get out in the
The
morning.
cold brew I made tastes great, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is just not the same.
It's funny because like I'll do those factor meals sometimes where they have the meals ready made, whatever, you know exactly what the calories
Yeah.
are and this and that and the carbohydrates and everything. And then I'll order Uber Eats. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I spend, but and then I just have a stack of
Yeah.
them in the freezer and stuff, and I'm like, oh, come on, whatever. I mean, they're good every once in a while, but sometimes you're just like, I want something different than this.
I was trying to save some money. Like, I'll make my own cold brew. And then
Right.
my mother-in-law bought me a thing for Christmas. And I had a little grinder and grabbed the
Yeah.
beans, put it in there, and put it in the fridge overnight.
It's just a process.
It is what? It takes like 5 minutes.
I know, but it's still like I have the Soda Stream machine,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I like that thing. But I only like it when Amanda makes it for me. I don't like
Yeah.
it when I don't want to know.
You don't
how
wanna
to
do the
all
maintenance.
buttons. I don't
But
wanna
that's
know.
also like your process of getting the coffee and going and like on Saturday you get up early and you drive, whatever. I like the process of making my tea.
Yeah,
You know?
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
If the cold brew I made, I could leave at the Starbucks and go get it. I would do that.
It's not the product.
Yeah, I think it's more the process.
It's so funny because I'm like, what is it about going to Starbucks I like? The girls? And then now it's all guys. So I'm like, no, that's not it.
Yeah.
I don't, sometimes at least you roll through and you're like, oh, there's that cute girl at the Starbucks. No,
When I see
mostly
a,
dudes now. The one dude's so tall you can't even see his head through the window.
and when I see a new Starbucks being built, I go, ooh.
Yeah,
Like,
just what we needed.
more
Just what we
options.
needed. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the show. Today is Monday.
Tuesday.
No, I was just checking to see if you guys were paying attention. Today is Tuesday, all day today.
Today's actually Fat Tuesday.
Is
How
it?
you like that? Yeah.
I feel it.
Happy Mardi Gras.
I feel like every Tuesday is Fat Tuesday.
Oh.
poor Gio.
I mean, you know.
My wife is in Orlando.
Oh, yeah?
She, her friend is there, so she drove there yesterday and left us on her own and caused complete chaos.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Not really. She disrupted the system. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? We gotta way things go. But then my son ruined it. I'm like, I'm picking up Juliana. I'm making dinner for her. I'll get her homework done and do all this stuff and whatever. And Joey's like, I'm taking Juliana here after school. So I'm like, all right. So basically, my wife's in Orlando. Joey took Juliana, and I was just home alone by myself yesterday. And it was pretty,
No good?
It's pretty fantastic.
I was going to say, yeah.
Fired up the hot tub.
Oh,
Got in the
nice.
hot tub.
Yeah. Did you
I
put
was
on
like-
some seal?
I was losing Chicago.
Oh,
Chicago,
all right.
yeah.
All right, that
yeah.
works. Glass of
And,
wine?
No,
Yeah.
iced coffee.
all
Yeah.
right.
But I was out there just enjoying the night.
It's a variation of the Galvin hot tub,
yeah,
but all right.
yeah. It was good. And I just got to chill out, and now today the challenge starts because Joey has to take Juliana to school.
Oh,
Okay.
Will it happen? Joey doesn't wake up till noon.
Is he? So he's out of school.
He's out of school.
He's out of school.
Yeah,
But if he has a task that he has to do, how good is he about that?
pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'm just plus she's a little conniver, so
Yeah, but
who knows
also
if
he
she was
knows you're working, you can't do it. Your wife's out of
Yeah.
town, so I would imagine he'll be good.
The school's fairly close too, isn't it?
very close.
Yeah.
Very good. It's not a big deal.
Right.
It's just I don't know. I don't like to.
Take the bus.
What?
Have her take the bus.
Your kids take the bus?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Of course.
Wait.
You have bus riders?
Of course.
Does the
Ugh.
bus even come here?
Yeah, the bus comes here.
Hmm.
No, Galvin, I don't think her school's bus comes because it's so close. So no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know what I see when I go pick up my daughter from school is a lot of kids leave on those little electric scooters.
Yeah.
Man, imagine when we were kids having that.
Oh yeah.
That'd be nice.
That would be great.
At USF, like every kid has one of those.
Yeah. But that makes the most sense. You
Yeah.
got to go to A to B and you don't have time. You don't want to park. You just take that thing over there. That makes the most sense.
Don't drink and scoot though. Things happen.
Oh yeah.
You
break your
break-
wrist.
Don't
Break.
over 40 and scoot.
Yeah, bones. and
That's
stuff.
also the part. What
Also,
did you do?
maybe-
You fell on you flipped it over? Or?
Well, yeah, I came off, jumped off a curb, and just
Also, maybe just you don't scoot.
no, it's so
You
much
don't
fun.
not
though.
even drink and scoot.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
just
it
don't
looks like a
scoot.
scooter to me.
Yeah.
I
I may have went over the handlebars.
I told you one of the worst things ever, man. Whenever we were younger, we used to ride our bikes everywhere. And my buddy Casey, we had the 10 speeds that had the quick release front tire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it just has the thing. It's not like bolted on. It
Right.
has the thing that pushes. His dad did something, filled up the tire, did something, but didn't properly secure it. So we were going and we're riding and we're going downtown. He pulls up to go over a curb. The tire goes forward.
Whoa.
He goes forks into the ground
Ugh.
straight over and had the rat traps on the pedals and
Oh,
stuff. So
it's-
his feet were stuck in there and he just bit the.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah. I had to call 911 for that. He
Ugh.
wound up having to get plastic surgery because
Ugh.
it split all the way up into his nose. Yeah. It was bananas.
When I felt it was in downtown Newport Richie in front of like a big crowd of people.
Then they all clap.
Yeah, like whoa! There was like a oh, and there's like, hey, you okay?
Like somebody drops a tray in a restaurant?
Yeah.
Hey.
And I was just laying there in the middle of the street for a couple seconds.
That
trying
was
to-
prior to the show because otherwise you would have heard a oof wowza.
Yeah.
That'd be miserable. We got a lot of things going on. This Friday night, our band is playing at Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue in downtown Tampa at Curtis Hickson Park. We go on at 7 o'clock, and I think we play till about 8:45, 9 o'clock. And I'm looking forward to being out there. We had a really good time at the Grand Prix last weekend, so I'm looking forward to doing it all again this weekend.
It'll be fun. I'm curious to know, though, which bass will you be playing?
Oh,
Well, Galvin, I have a bunch of Dean basses, mostly Hillsboroughs that I play on stage. I have been practicing on an old Fender because my practice bass has been missing until yesterday.
You
It
put
was-
out a reward, right?
It was returned yesterday.
Can I take a guess
You can guess.
of who returned it?
Okay.
I'm going to say Tom.
Negative.
Oh, all right.
Negative.
I'm gonna say Pete.
Negative.
I'm going to say it was anonymous. The pressure of this radio show got the person to give up the bass.
You might be partially true. You might be partially correct.
Once it was broadcasted, they panicked and they thought, "Oh my gosh, I had no idea this was Mike Calta's bass.
You might be correct.
I must return this immediately, but I don't want to be caught."
You might be correct. Joe?
I'm going to say that the massage parlor, someone returned it to the massage parlor.
Mr. Mike.
Yes.
Mr. Mike. We have your bass.
Mr. Mike.
Got a
No.
second guess?
Can I just tell you though, I need to go to the massage parlor because I slept on my neck, and I'm at that point where when I turn, I have to turn my whole body.
Oh,
looking
yeah,
it
Mr.
hurts
Brady.
so- yeah, that's exactly what I thought of. Yeah, second guess.
My backup guess is it was here the whole time.
That is wrong.
Oh, okay.
That is wrong. It has been returned to me.
My backup guess is that Josh took it to reset something or do something.
Negative.
Yeah. All right. Give it up. Carmen, you got a guess?
I did just guess,
Oh.
but I was wrong.
While I was in the, I got a text yesterday, and that text said it was a number that was not on my phone,
I have your bass.
and that said, "Can you give me a call?" And I said, "I can't right now. I can text. What's up?" And the next thing I got was the picture of that bass.
Oh, wow.
And I said, well.
Oh, I have another guess.
All right.
Were they doing some work in the lab and Joey had the bass? Like
Nope.
one of his friends?
Nope.
Getting funky with it?
Bow, bow. I got a text from Justin, who is the service manager at Stingray Chevrolet.
I wrote down Stingray.
Yeah.
And he said, one of the detail guys brought this to me in your old car. We think you left it in the car. And I wrote back, yes, I am an idiot, which was one of the things we thought of yesterday.
Yeah, because we asked you if you swapped out the cars.
I did swap out the car, but I didn't. I was like, there's no way I had the bass because it was before we went to practice, but it wasn't. It was the day after.
Yeah,
I
you said
juxtaposed it to
the
days.
book. Something about Pete gave you a book, and that's how you know the bass was there.
After
Yeah,
practice.
You're right. And my iPad.
Yeah.
You're right.
So they swapped it out after.
After. Yeah. So.
So we were all pretty much right that
Yeah.
you messed something up.
Yeah, I mean, I could have told you that. I pretty much knew it was my
You were
fault. from the
demanding
start.
that the person
Yeah.
come forward who
No
would
one-
steal it.
I wasn't demanding. I was saying if you stole it,
Right.
keep it. Just give me a strap.
Did you give
Oh,
Stingray?
why am I the Costco guys now? There goes a boom.
That's on my bass.
Did you give the Stingray guys a reward?
I did not.
Oh.
I
they
don't
found-
have the
I
base yet.
mean-
I didn't get the base. Yet.
There was a reward out there. No
Was it-
questions asked.
That's what I'm saying. Were they going to keep it? And when I put out the reward, gave it back.
No.
Of
No,
course
I
not.
think it was
I'm
just
just
sitting
kidding.
back there
Like, look
in
at
a
this.
room.
Somebody just left
I
us
will
here.
buy them 5 tickets to the Stingray Chevrolet raffle.
Oh.
I think they can't win.
they
Yeah.
can't win.
Employees.
But at least the base has been recovered.
What a happy ending.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank God. Tom, go get that base, will you? Tom told me he works right over there by Stingray Chevrolet. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah. Now it makes everything convenient for me.
That's where I work, boss.
That's another thing Tom can do for me.
I can walk over there. Galvin bought me some shoes. He loves those shoes, man.
I think Tom's just appreciative when anytime anybody ever does anything for him. He's
Yeah.
just such a nice
Well,
guy.
and that's it. Is he's one of those guys that does so much stuff for everybody else.
Right.
I was like, I got to do something for Tom.
Yeah. So, all right, let's take a break. And when we come back, Carmen will tell you what we have to give away. Since we didn't have to give away any of those tickets for the reward, we got plenty of stuff to give away. And then we will play Sporcle. It's happening next. It's the Mike Calta Show on today's program. In the 8 o'clock hour, Dominic Ferriello will be here to take your legal calls because in the 9 o'clock hour, Mr. Skin is going to join us. We have the Academy Awards. Now we'll have the Anatomy Awards coming up a little bit later on. We always learn something about movie nudity that we did not know from Mr. Skin. Well, that'll happen in the 9 o'clock hour. It's the Mike Calta Show. Sporkle's next on 102.5 The Bone. And I notice on YouTube, there's a picture of me as a Boy Scout. It was adorable. I don't know who did that, Joe, but it's
That was
adorable.
Large Richard.
Oh. A picture of my return base and me as a Boy Scout are up and available at our YouTube page. If you just go to calta.tv, it pops right up.
Not an Eagle Scout.
Not an Eagle Scout. Definitely not. Did blow. We blow. Did not blow. Carmen,
Yes.
what are we giving away this morning?
Okay, we have a bunch of stuff.
All
so
right.
we have
Take it slow. I like to ingest it all as you say it.
Okay. So we have tickets for Lewis Black,
Okay.
John Fogerty,
Okay.
Sting and Shaggy.
Okay. Does nobody want those or is
Do we
that
have a bunch?
yeah, we have
We
a million
have
of
a
them.
bunch.
Okay.
We keep re-upping every week. Foreigner with 38 Special.
Okay.
The Valspar Championship.
Okay.
And we do have a pair of Luke Bryan tickets. Still.
Oh.
So
But-
you were teasing that guy yesterday.
No,
That was
not at
brilliant.
all.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's do it right now with a little bit of Sporcle. Here we go. Even playing field. Galvin lost yesterday. His score was doubled. Therefore, we lost the rule.
Right.
So we are all starting from ground level right now. Carmen is the keeper of Sporcle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
Okay, today we're going to be playing Who Sang It First? Can you name the earlier artist of each cover song? So I'm
Ooh.
going to give you the band that covered it, the song they covered. You're going to give me the first artist,
All right.
the original artist. Okay?
Okay.
First one, Metallica, Turn the Page.
Bob Seger.
Galvin. Your next one, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star.
Birds.
Wow.
Galvin. Sonic Youth, Superstar. Sonic Youth covered Who's Superstar?
ABBA.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yep.
The Carpenters.
Oh, not what I was thinking.
Ike and Tina Turner, Proud Mary.
Otis Redding.
CCR.
CCR, I will accept that. Galvin. Nirvana.
David
The Ma-
Bowie.
Galvin. Pet Shop Boys, Always on My Mind.
Willie Nelson.
Who
no.
originally did
Yeah.
that?
Pet Shop Boys, Always on My Mind.
Hank Williams Sr. Damn
Hank Williams Jr.
Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Ah.
Right after I said it, I was like, oh.
Really?
Your next one, Marilyn Manson, Sweet
Eurythmics.
Dreams. Yes, Galvin.
Is he smoking us? Like we have no answers?
Yes.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm not a big cover song guy.
Gio said, yes, don't.
Your next one, Cheap Trick, Ain't That a Shame?
Fats Domino.
Mike. Dixie Chicks, Landslide.
Fleetwood Mac.
Galvin. Disturbed, Land of Confusion.
Collins.
Genesis.
Yes. Galvin and Pap. We are halfway there.
Jesus Christ.
Gio is not on the board. Michael has a single point, and Galvin is smoking, you guys. He's got 7.
I'm going to win every one of these.
All right, we are doing Who Sang It First. Your next one, Great White, Once Bitten, Twice Shy. Great
Man,
White,
That's their best song. And it
Yeah.
was a cover song.
Yeah.
Once Bitten, Twice Shy. Who did it first?
I don't know. Damn it.
Ian Hunter is who I was looking for. Quiet Riot.
Slade.
Yes. Thank you. I was like, I can't say this. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Higher
Stevie Wonder.
Ground. Yes. Mike Calta. No Doubt, It's My Life.
Bon Jovi.
Sinatra.
No Doubt, It's My Life.
No idea.
Talk.
Nope.
But now I know that song by the No Doubt. I didn't know that was a cover.
Metallica, Whiskey in the Jar.
Didn't listen.
Mike. Billy Idol, Money.
Oh, who sings that? Tommy James.
Mike.
Nice.
Pearl Jam, Crazy Mary.
What is her name?
Pearl Jam,
Yeah.
Crazy Mary.
Lady.
Who did it first?
Buzz.
Victoria Williams.
Love her.
Guns N' Roses,
Bob Dylan. Damn it.
Live and Let Die.
Wings.
Yes. Mike Calta. The Black Crows, Hard to Handle.
Otis Redding. Nope.
You're right.
Okay, all right. I thought it was. Okay, yeah.
Calvin.
No point. If you don't think you're right, no point.
That's not how it works.
And Pap.
Oh.
We are on the last 3.
Gio's still on the board. Not on the board.
Oh, thank you.
At all. Michael has 5 points, and Galvin is your leader. He's winning with 9.
All right. Last 3. Who sang it first? Here we go. Devo, Satisfaction.
Rolling Stones.
Mike Calta did not seem very
So
happy.
dejected.
Is not happy about that.
I'm
Can't
playing
catch-
for nothing.
Yeah.
Last two. Johnny Cash, Hurt.
9 Inch Nails.
Galvin. And your last one.
George Michaels.
George Michaels.
George Michaels.
Sports Machine.
UB40.
Neil
Red.
Diamond.
Red. Wine. Galvin.
Your final
Close.
score: Geo not close, 0. Michael had 6 points on the board, and Galvin is your triumphant champion today. He won with 11.
Trademark 2025.
Galvin, what line are you playing for?
I'll go line 4 today, please.
Good morning. Who is this?
Good morning, this is Billy.
Billy?
Yes,
How you doing, Billy? What are you doing today? What kind of work do you do?
I work on elevators.
Oh, I bet that job has its ups and downs.
Oh, boy.
Hey,
I knew it was coming. I was waiting for it.
Hold on, Billy. Carmen will grab you during the break, and we'll hook you up with the prize. Okay, buddy?
Thank you.
Thank you. Billy is on line 4, Carmen.
What are the your totals?
Oh, your totals, Galvin. I'm glad you asked.
Oh, I'm glad that you're glad.
Mike has 22 wins. Galvin has 15.
Oh,
I have 3, and Ian Beckles has 1.
all right, all right.
22 wins in just a little over 2 months.
Yeah, not
Pretty
bad.
good.
It's a good
Pretty
pace.
solid.
15. I think you were doubling me for a little.
Yeah?
Yeah, Galvin's gone on a little bit of a run as of late.
Okay, all right.
Somebody brought up something yesterday on the show
Mm-hmm.
that does not make sense, but also kind of perplexed me a little bit. They said that you should not lose the rule because you had 0 and you cannot double 0. No, I know, but it got me into thinking about the math of that, and that really started bugging me. You can't double 0.
If you more than double their score, and
Yeah.
that's more than double the score.
I get it for the game,
Yeah.
but I'm saying you can't double it. It was just it was like a riddle. I was trying to sit there and I was trying to figure out. And it was bugging the hell out of me.
Oh, you know what the answer is? Smack that person.
Yeah.
Who is that person?
I don't know. It was
Because
through
you have twice as
internets.
many points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was through the internets
Yeah.
where people waste their time
Yeah,
sending us reels that we'll never watch.
Listen, I'd love to keep the rule, but that doesn't make any sense.
Well, it just means that if you blank, then you lose your rule. If you have a rule and you blank, you have no more rule.
If you have 0 and somebody has 1,
By the way,
doubled
did I have 0? I thought I had 1.
No, you had 0.
No,
I don't think so.
No, I think he had 1.
Because
Well,
I find that.
According to that guy.
Yeah, see, so they're wrong on 2 different accounts.
Yeah.
They suck.
What a real idiot.
What a jerk.
Twice.
What?
Is that the person that stole your base?
No.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you, we're pretty fair about things. Like we'll tell
Oh,
you.
yeah, always. I mean, when I think
Oh,
fairness.
God.
All right.
What a beat. You've been beat down since you were a child. I understand the mentality.
I'm agreeing. We're just all about fair. Everything's always on the up and up.
Fair and unbalanced.
No, what I was going to say was like online, we've asked a million times to stop sending us reels. But there are a couple of people like that I communicate with that send me a reel that I expect to get it from, and I'm fine with that. Like I know those people, and they're sending me things that they know that I haven't seen or they want. Mostly it's just hot girls. But the ones who send the same reels every day, and it's just gonna like I know your name now. Like I know who you are. Like I don't want to block you, but I'm getting really close to blocking.
Oh, I know their name. It's restricted.
Yeah, same.
Restricted still comes up in my restricted file, so it still gives me an alert that I've got something there.
Right, but then I just delete it.
I know, but it
Makes me so much happier.
It makes me have to keep looking at Instagram because I think I'm getting an alert and something's going on. and it
If
just
I have
drives me
not
nuts.
acknowledged any of your reels for
But they don't care.
weeks and weeks and weeks, please stop sending.
They don't
Unbelievable.
care.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
If you noticed that we have disappeared off your Instagram, it's because you won't stop sending us reels, and we
Yeah.
finally had to block you. That's how it goes.
I unfollowed somebody the other day because it would just pop up political stuff, and I'm like, I don't want political stuff.
No.
And then I realized that this person was always popping up with political stuff, so I said, just unfollow.
I think people send the reels and like, well, they're not talking about me. They're talking about other
Yeah,
people.
no,
Yeah.
this one's good.
Yeah.
This one, this is a guy who was doing Chocolate Rain.
Right.
You haven't seen this before.
I talked about the Baby Sopranos thing the other day.
Yeah.
And somebody hit me up and they're like, I got the message, and I go, what's the message? And they're like, about the Baby Sopranos. I'm the one who sent it. I go, no, you're one of 12 people who sent
Right,
it.
yeah.
It's the whole point of that is that we're getting them with 50,000 followers. If one person thinks it's a good idea, know that 7 people thought it was a good idea.
Instagram made it too easy just to send reels, is what it is. Because you're scrolling through stuff and you just hit send and you send it to a dozen people.
Right. Like my wife, we're going through a phase right now where she's constantly sending me raccoon stuff and I'm sending her raccoon stuff back. But that phase is almost over now.
Michael, I saw outside when I was handling the cans.
Elliot?
No, I saw that there was a bungee cord holding the cans down.
Yes, Elliot's making quite the mess.
Okay.
So I had to.
It's almost as if he's been encouraged to.
Well,
yeah. Somebody left him a bowl of grapes and marshmallows the other day, which is not what you're supposed to do.
No.
Now we're going to have a raccoon just crapping all over my cars. Oh, last night I wanted to kill that cat. The cat ran under the bed and would not leave. And I made Juliana cursed at me. I made her go under the bed and get the cat because she's the only one that could get the cat. But she had to go down and get the treats, lure it out with the treats, and then yoke it by the head and pull it out of the room. Oh, she's the cat whisperer.
I don't understand why people have cats.
Me either.
Yeah.
Calvin, me either.
I don't want cats to be hurt. I'm not like saying anything like that. I just cat just. I mean, you might as well have a stuffed animal. You know what I mean?
No. A stuffed animal is not annoying and needy, and
but that's what I'm
stuffed animals
saying.
don't pee on your clothes.
A stuffed animal is better than a cat.
Yes.
Because if you want to pet a stuffed animal, you can.
Yes.
And then it doesn't do all those other things.
Yes. And when you want to punch in the face, you can.
Yeah.
You can't punch a cat.
And you don't even have to feed it.
Ugh. What do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, Top Jimmy, you got duped and talking tough.
Galvin's got your news. We'll take a quick break, dive right into that next. Ask the Dom is here in the 8 o'clock hour this morning, and Mr. Skin will join us in the 9 o'clock hour. It's the Mike Calta Show. News is next on 102.5 The Bone. For those of you just joining the show, yesterday I talked about one of my bases missing, and I offered a reward for it. And sure enough, I left it in my Stingray Chevrolet car when we swapped cars out. So I said, didn't I not say most likely operator error yesterday? I said I did take the heat and say it's probably going to be me. I probably did something.
We always assume.
I know you did. I'm just saying I wasn't arguing that one. I kind of knew that I screwed something up.
They stole my base.
I did not say that. I did
That's
not.
a reward.
I mean, I did put out a reward. So, ladies and gentlemen, time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's top story, China and Canada announced retaliatory measures on Tuesday after U.S. tariffs took effect overnight, escalating trade tensions and rattling global markets. President Trump's new tariffs include a 25% levy on most imports from Canada and Mexico, with an additional 10% tariff on Canadian energy exports. Tariffs on Chinese goods were increased from 10% to 20%. Beijing responded by slapping an additional tariffs of 10 to 15% on a variety of U.S. agriculture imports, including chicken, pork, soy, and beef, starting next week. China's finance minister announced that, and Canadian Prime Minister, meanwhile, said Ottawa would impose immediate 25% tariffs on more than $20 billion worth of U.S. imports. Tariffs of additional $86 billion worth of products will take effect in the next 21 days.
I have to imagine. I don't understand all this. I'm telling you right out of the gate. But I have to imagine when Trump announced that he was going to put tariffs on things, that he imagined that the other countries were going to respond by doing the same thing. I mean, it seems logical, doesn't it? If I'm taxing you, then you're going to tax me. So I think this should come as no surprise to anybody. We expected this, right?
I think so.
Or did he expect them to back down and be like, hey, we're going to put tariffs on you if you don't agree to whatever?
Maybe they will still back down. Maybe this
possibly.
is just a showing their chest,
Posturing.
and see who gives first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what do we get from Ottawa? What do we need from Ottawa?
Snow.
A lot of maple syrup.
I mean, I can live without maple syrup for the rest of my life.
I
think that comes from Toronto.
I've read stock up on maple syrup and avocados.
Avocados are from California.
Mexico.
Mexico. Like 90% of the world's avocados, I think.
I can live without avocados too.
I don't really like guacamole.
I
so
didn't
I'm
have
good.
avocados till I was like in my 20s.
Yeah.
I never really had an avocado until it was a guacamole.
And if I didn't have another avocado for the rest of my life, I'd be fine.
Fine, right?
Yeah. Same.
I like it, but I can live without it. It's not like you're taking a peach away from me. It's an avocado for the
Oh,
love of God.
I like avocado.
Yeah, but you can live without it. When's the last time you had an avocado?
This weekend.
You
I
did?
Yeah, I have avocado toast all the time.
Oh yeah, avocado toast made its way into our
Yeah.
daily consumption.
By the way, Ottawa's top exports include crude oil, cars, gold, petroleum gas, and refined petroleum.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah,
We got all that stuff.
I'm not using any of that stuff.
Yeah, well, you're using gas.
Yeah, well,
But we got gas, we got petroleum, we
Yeah.
got oil, we've got all that stuff.
I'm
here.
sure prices will go down.
Drill, baby, drill.
Yeah.
So what is? But you got to imagine, right? Like if you're a good strategist, you have to know what the next move is going to be. So you're like, all right, I'm going to put tariffs, then they're going to raise the tariffs, and then I'm going to raise mine again, or that's when we say, okay, let's negotiate.
I guess
What's the rule?
It's whether or not the companies absorb the cost or they, send it down to the consumer.
You know what's going to happen. No greedy ass company
Yeah.
Hike up all the prices.
course.
Right.
All of a
hike
sudden,
the
you're
price.
paying $11 for a coffee.
and an avocado.
I think that's why the Canadians are upset because they really like our whiskey.
Is that what it is?
I think so. Yeah.
They
it's
don't
what-
have Canadian Club up there.
They don't. Have you ever drank a
No,
Canadian
I
Club? It's
didn't.
garbage.
Well, I-
CC and 7?
I do enjoy Crown Royal from time to time.
Crown Royal's Canadian, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are certain things we can make deals on.
I'm only
We'll
drinking
see.
American whiskey though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
You know what I mean?
That's the way to go.
Small batch.
And that's
Kentucky
really
bourbon.
maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's the whole backing of this is buy American and make stuff in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
And avocados. You can't tell me we can't grow avocados in America.
Well, we do grow.
No, I know, but
avocados
I'm
in
saying
California.
more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're crushing it with the strawberries.
Yeah, but avocados in Mexico. We got no problem with Mexico.
I don't
mean,
like
we're
guacamole.
not. I mean, we're not threatened by Mexico.
No, but we're imposing tariffs on them.
Yeah.
So.
We're just building the wall. What do you
we
mean?
just
we're
took
not
a whole. We just took a whole ocean from them.
We're building the wall and taking the ocean.
Right, but I'm saying like the Mexico's kind of our big.
By the way, I was in Panama City over the weekend for my daughter's soccer tournament. And, there's all these beach shops all along the beach. They all have got Gulf of America stuff.
Yeah.
T-shirts,
Nice.
keychains,
Oh, they're
magnets.
on top of it, man.
Everything was Gulf of America.
There's the beach set up, and then there's always the one guy with the van that's got all the flags who happens
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
everywhere. Same guy who 10 years ago used to sell baby turtles out of the van. Same thing.
Right when we went out to the beach, there was a guy with a giant Trump flag that said Trump 2024, and it said Gulf of America.
I
And he was just sitting there in a lawn chair by himself.
It's like taking a Yankees sweatshirt to Fenway Park. It's like
Yeah.
wearing an Eagles, wearing a jersey to an Eagles game. You're just asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted. I mean,
Nobody was bothering him, but he was
I
just
know,
sitting
but they're
there.
all thinking he's an asshole.
Yeah, just by himself, big giant flag that
Right.
said Trump 2024.
And what
Gulf
does
of
that
America.
say? Please talk to me.
Right,
That
yeah.
says, please give me attention.
Gio, if you did not get me a sweet airbrushed Gulf of America trucker hat while you're up there, you missed an opportunity for my birthday.
They had them. Every store had Gulf of America merchandise.
I'm always amazed at the people that are out standing in front of a CVS or whatever. They stand out on the sidewalk and they're holding a sign. They're not yelling anything. I don't know whether it's religious stuff or what it is. I'll see them like in parks sometimes.
I don't know.
And it's a lot of. They're always dressed nice. They're like uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Because
I've not seen them. I don't know,
Yeah.
like at CVS or anything.
It's just people that are. I literally saw one at CVS last week, and it was a guy and I think his daughter probably, and they're standing out there, and I didn't see what the thing said, but they were just holding this big sign, and then
Is it a
people-
protest of
and-
CVS?
No, and that
Are they selling maybe like an abortion drug or
no,
something?
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe because they had like pamphlets and stuff, and then other people that were very well dressed came and relieved them, and they went and got in their car, and I almost wanted to engage and go, what do you believe in so much that you're out here in a suit? In
Yeah,
a
most
green
of the
weather?
time that's abortion stuff, especially if they're dressed nice. They're probably
be.
religious or some sort of organization.
But like sometimes I'll run in Al Lopez Park and I
Yeah.
see him down there too.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know what it's for.
Definitely
By
not
the way-
engaging.
By the way, you're not getting your job done because I have no idea what it's for.
Yeah.
That's a lot like commercials where you're like, oh, that commercial's funny. What's it for? I have no idea.
Try harder.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not engaging. I don't want to have any conversations, and that stems from when I was a kid and the Jehovah's Witnesses used to come to my door.
Yeah.
And they'd open the door and they're like, my mom would be at work and I'm 11 years old and they were like, will you just pray with us? And I'm like, all right.
But I also almost want to go, I don't know what you're doing, but good for you for your sticking with it.
Oh,
You know
I
what
don't.
mean?
I want to be like, I don't know what you're doing, but get out of my CVS.
Yeah.
I gotta
They
go
weren't
in there and buy
blocking me
a
or
Clark
anything.
bar.
Beat it.
President Donald Trump's speech to joint sessions of Congress tonight will act as an extension and an explanation of the rapid change he's unleashed in the first 44 days of his new term.
Anytime he's on TV is entertaining, and there's going to be a lot of yelling back and forth. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, they're already talking about people protesting.
This is going to sound like Parliament by the time they're done.
He will face his biggest audience yet as he pushes for congressional Republicans who have a narrow majority to turn his agenda into law, the outcome of which will go a long way towards shaping the success of his presidency. The White House announced Monday evening that the renewal of the American dream is the theme of the speech. Tomorrow night will be big, Trump wrote on Monday on social media. He said, "I will tell it like it is."
So eloquent. It'll be big. Here's the thing. If he has success, and by success I mean it really shows an impact financially on the American people, but the bottom line, that's what everybody wants. They want cheaper gas. They want cheaper groceries. They want to be able to stretch their dollar as far as it can go. If he's able to do that, great. If he's not, you're just handing over the presidency to the Democrats, because the next Democrat just has to come in and say, on my first day, I'm overturning everything he did, kind of like he did about Biden. So if it starts going bad, it's done.
People usually vote with their wallet, what they're feeling at the time.
It's so funny you said that, Gio, because I keep trying to have to explain to my wife and to other people and why, if I am for pro-choice, that I still voted for Trump. Because I'm voting with my wallet. I'm voting for a bigger picture here. I am all against restrictions on abortion. I am against restrictions on gay marriage. I am for the separation of male and female athletes and in sporting events. I mean, that's just I'm mostly for the common sense type things. But when I have to make a decision, I can't base a whole presidency on one issue. I have to go on the bigger picture, and that's where I have a lot of arguments with people. My wife's like, yeah, but my wife is more invested into this because of her profession and the amount of budget cuts that have been made and the amount of research money and grants that have been taken away already. She's really affected by that. But I have to look for the greater good of the country when making a decision, and that this is what I thought was the better of the two choices, and that's the common sense way, in my opinion, of voting.
Yeah, you can't tent pole one issue and then base everything else around it.
Well, people will vote for the dumbest reasons. They'll just because they just simply don't like him, they'll vote against him.
Sure, I mean, that's right. I mean, that's
but a lot of times people will also they'll vote with their wallet. Whatever they're feeling or what they think they're feeling, they'll vote based on that.
I'm not voting because I feel like my 401k, because that comes up every once in a while. My 401k is going to be worth a lot more. That's not what I mean when I say voting on my wallet. I mean
day to day
voting for the greater good of the country economically. And I think that's it. We're not looking. I'm not trying to be like, I want to do whatever's going to make me rich. I'm not. I'm doing whatever's going to make the most people able to have a successful life.
And that was one of the big things that RFK brought up, was the middle class and how important the middle class is to America and how they're really getting shut down.
And I agree with that.
Yeah.
But most of the other stuff he says, that guy's nuts.
Yeah.
He is wacko.
Well, a worm ate his brain.
He is saying things that have been proven to be untrue. Medically, he has really gone off the deep end. He seems to me like the guy who read the first two lines of every story and then pretended he's an expert on stuff.
I would have to say you may have 5G in your brain.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, he listened to 3 episodes of Joe Rogan and he's like, I got this.
Yeah,
I got this.
Ukraine said it would do all it can to maintain its ties with the United States after President Donald Trump paused military aid in the most dramatic step yet in his pivot towards closer ties with Russia. Trump has upended U.S. policy on Ukraine and Russia, culminating in an explosive confrontation at the White House on Friday when Trump upbraided President Zelensky for being insufficiently insufficiently grateful for Washington's backing.
That's a great way to put it. Insufficiently grateful.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I never talked to the guy, so I don't know how much he says thank you or what his deal
A
is.
lot.
Yeah, I mean,
A lot.
I would imagine.
I mean,
like
like
100 billion
a lot.
times.
Yeah.
it seems to me that
The more I watch that whole thing, JD Vance is the idiot.
I said it. Yeah, I
he
said it
really is
yesterday.
the one that totally just blew that up.
I understand what Trump is saying. Trump is trying to put his foot down and saying, keep in mind, we're doing you favors. We're you're going to owe us and this, that, and the other thing. Like he's saying, he's putting a vested interest in the country, and JD Vance is just trying to chime in.
But
and stir up the pot.
do you think that Trump said, "I'm going to give you the old wink, wink," and then
Oh,
you
let you
go
know
at
you
him and
rip?
say,
Maybe.
you didn't say thank
Yeah.
you." You know,
It could have been very calculated by on both sides.
Yeah.
Zelensky could have come in there with his agenda, what he was was hoping would happen,
Yeah.
because now it's kind of pressured Europe to step up even more. So
by the way,
who the hell knows?
I love whatever Trump says. You don't have the cards. You don't have, and then Zelensky goes, "We're not playing cards."
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he barely speaks English to begin
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
Usually in the past, he's had a translator
Right.
when they have these meetings.
Interesting you say that, Gio, is that I was reading that too about how Europe has now stepped up and it's, we're coming and save the day. Where you bitches been this whole other
Yeah,
time?
I
That's
mean,
the
they've given a
problem.
lot of money, but
I know,
he's
but
trying
not, but they're giving a lot of money combined,
Right.
not as much as we have solo. They're not. They
I don't know that
do
to
as,
be true,
They don't do as much as we do as one country.
because the number Trump throws out is not the actual number. It's pumped up a little bit.
The number that Trump throws out is a number that includes cash and weapons.
He says over 300 billion.
Right.
When
But that is-
it's more like 160 or 170. Not that that's a difference, but
it's double. But the thing is, Trump is including weapons and stuff that we've supplied over there, in addition to the funds that we've sent over there. So, I understand the thing, but I want to know. I would like to see the breakdown of what the other countries are sending. And who's leading the charge.
it's out there. You can find the information. I still, like I said, I've watched that whole meeting from start to finish, like 45 minutes. JD Vance is the one that just blew the whole thing up, really.
So this says, and this is from BBC. It says that the United States has given between $300 and $350 billion to Ukraine aid, where it said that Europe as a whole gave, where was it? 138 billion.
Right.
So about less than half of what our country has given, and our country, and again, I will reiterate, has given money and
a lot of it's in weapons and stuff like that.
No more military aid. So good luck. Maybe wear a suit next time.
Which is crazy. It's crazy.
Pope Francis, his condition appeared on Tuesday morning to be stabilized after Monday's medical intervention amid 2 episodes of, quote, acute respiratory failure, according to Vatican sources. The Pope, who is 88, was taken off non-invasive mechanical ventilation and resumed receiving supplemental oxygen through a nasal tube.
It is hypocritical
That he's using
fighting
machines
this.
to live.
If it is God's will,
Right.
God will take him.
He was no longer wearing a mechanical ventilation mask, a device that pumped oxygen into his lungs, according to the source.
Look, I don't want the guy to die. I'm just saying it just seems very hypocritical that if it is God's will that it's time for him to call his number one son home, then he shouldn't fight it and he should just go. And I'll ask you this question again. I asked you last week: is he happy?
Well, not if you're getting all that stuff. Or are people doing that, or is he asking for that? Or is
I'm
he...
sure he's like they're like, Father, do you want to be on respirator? He's like, yes. You know, I'm sure he does not want to die, although he should want to die.
Yeah.
If it's the greatest kingdom, and he'll be on the right hand of God, he's going in with that VIP card,
Right.
and he's getting in there, and he's like, me. I was the highest ranking guy in this whole deal on earth. He should be thrilled to death.
We'll see. Today is Mardi Gras, which is French for Fat Tuesday. So happy Mardi Gras, everybody.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, Mardi Gras means
Did
Fat
it take
Tuesday.
me my whole life to realize Mardi Gras means Fat Tuesday?
Yeah.
Where is that? Tuesday is Mardi. Mardi Gras?
Mardi Gras.
That doesn't seem right.
I mean, you know, do you think I'm making that up?
Mardi Gras.
You do make stuff up from time to time.
I do. I do. But
You're saying
Mardi
in French.
Gras is French for Fat Tuesday. Would you like to Google it?
No, I believe you. I'm just surprised. I'm surprised that I've never. I know that there was Fat Tuesday. And I know there's the Mardi Gras celebration. I didn't know it was a literal translation. Fat Tuesday.
What does Mardi Gras mean? Mardi Gras is a French phrase that translates to Fat Tuesday. It's celebrated on Tuesday before the Christian fasting season of Lent.
Interesting.
Fat Tuesday.
I learned something today, Galvin.
There you go.
Right here from your news. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.
Mardi Gras is Fat Tuesday. Geo is Burger Guy. And a
Whoa.
little bit. You're a little gras.
What? Wait a minute.
You're a little gras. You're not Marty.
Hall of Fame coach and longtime NFL analyst Jimmy Johnson announced Monday that he is retiring from the broadcasting role on Fox. Johnson, who is 81 years old, first joined Fox for its debut season, broadcasting NFL games back in what year? When did Fox start broadcasting NFL?
Oh, 90s? Somewhere in the 90s?
I have no idea.
Early 90s?
94.
Yeah.
Yeah, and has been a staple on that network's coverage for almost the entirety of its existence. So Jimmy Johnson, 81, retiring, going to take it easy. Seems like he was more at home in doing stuff from.
Yeah, he was doing it down the Keys.
Yeah.
He's done. He's 80 years old. He's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm rich.
He's getting out right when he should. Like,
Yeah.
they still, they push Lee Corso out there on College Game Day, and he barely knows where the hell he is, which is sad.
Yeah.
I love Lee Corso. He was great, but he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
They-
You know
like,
what?
Some of these guys hold on too long.
Doesn't Lee Corso look like he's the Sklar brothers' father? A little bit. Yeah.
But is it them holding on, or is it their family? Like, go make some extra money before you
No,
kick
it's
the
them.
bucket.
It's them, Carmen. Yeah, they're like,
If that's your whole life and you've been part of it your whole life,
You're
you wanna be
iconic
involved,
kind of
yeah.
thing.
Plus,
Yeah.
you're afraid. You think once you stop, you're going to die.
Yeah, that could be
I
it
give
too.
Jimmy Johnson 2 years.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson net worth, what do you think?
Oh, it's 100 million
No, I'd
plus.
say more than that. Yeah, 150 million.
80.
Carmen?
Oh,
I'm sure,
35 million.
I'm sure Fox has paid him a ton.
Carmen's the closest. 45 million.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should go back to work.
I think he'll be all right.
$45 million. Have the prestige of being a winning coach and a long-term broadcaster. Fantastic hair.
Is Jimmy
living
Johnson
in the Keys? He's
Jimmy Johnson paying for a meal ever?
No.
Right?
No, he's loving life down there.
Yeah. Tennis great Serena Williams has joined the WNBA expansion team, Toronto Tempo's ownership group. Yeah, she's not playing. The franchise announced that on Monday. She said, I am thrilled to announce my ownership role in the first Canadian WNBA team, the Toronto Tempo. The team said that Williams, who won 23 Grand Slam women's single titles, will contribute to bringing the Tempo to life visually. She'll play an active role in the future jersey designs and will forge unique merchandise collaborations with the team.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I think that's more women getting involved in ownership is good, and I think that with you guys, as excited as you are for the WNBA, maybe there'll be more than one player you'll be interested in.
Fires right back up.
There's
in
more
I'm
than
kidding.
one
I'm
How
kidding.
dare you? How dare you?
Even I know some of the other, but there's Donald Lee Weekway.
What?
What was that girl's name?
Abangwale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's Anjali Banami.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
No, there's Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Bushwick Barbie. What is
Angel
her name?
Reese.
Angel Reese.
Asia Wilson.
Oh yeah, there's Asia and Angel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then the girl you met at Super Bowl.
Sabrina Ionescu.
Ionescu.
Yeah.
That's it. That's where I
There's
draw
one.
the line.
So some of
That's
the
about four more than the NBA players I can name.
yeah. No, you can name more NBA.
Yeah,
Do some
but
NBA.
I'm naming NBA player. I know LeBron.
By the way, can I roll back some comments on LeBron?
Yeah, he's back to playing good again.
Dude, since he's turned 40, he's putting up MVP numbers. Like
he wasn't though for a while.
He wasn't, and I said, I don't know how much longer, and it's going to be. Is he going to embarrass himself being out there? Lakers are steamrolling. Plus now with Luka on there and stuff, but LeBron has been putting up serious numbers.
Is his kid still on the team?
I don't know, to be honest with you. He may be bench, whatever, but he's not a starter, obviously.
Right.
But he was doing D-League, and then he was up there, and I think he may be, but he doesn't play very often.
I don't know what I'd rather. I'd rather not play than be the guy that's on the team because my dad made me get on the team. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
little embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know they're all busting his balls. Well,
Yeah.
you're only here because your dad's here.
Yeah. I mean, he's done a few things where you're like, oh, okay, but yeah, he's not. If his dad's not LeBron James,
He
he's
doesn't
not
make it to
on
the NBA.
By the way, the other expansion teams that'll be for the WNBA is we talked about Toronto Tempo. They're going to be there. Then Golden State Valkyries are going to be a new one. And then Portland has a team, but I don't know what the whether they have a name yet or what the deal is there.
Lesbos.
Well, maybe
Wait.
maybe that's what it'll be. We'll see.
I wish they'd get a Tampa team. That'd be great.
That'd be so great.
So much fun.
I'd love it. You and I should put it together. Let's get that going.
What are it cost? About $8,000? I'll throw in some money.
Yeah.
It's around that.
Yeah.
What is? I wonder what it costs to put together a WNBA team.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, you know, everybody, you can save your thing that they're losing money. I know the NBA supports the WNBA and they're losing money and stuff. Whether that turns around, who knows? We'll see, whatever. But, you know, without the NBA, there is no WNBA.
Right.
But, you know, it's exciting to watch and it's hilarious, by the way. There's a guy who puts together all these reels of Angel Reese and her missing every shot.
Oh, really?
And just all this stuff. And he goes, Angel Reese in the paint. Bam! And it just goes off the back of the rim. And
So there was a reel I saw the other day, and it was the guy was eating the Angel Reese burger from McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
And he kept missing his mouth. He was trying to bite the burger, and he kept missing his mouth.
Funny. It's so funny because I've talked about this before, and every time I see it, I laugh. You know, you don't want to have somebody taking a big mouthful of burger on a commercial,
Yeah.
whatever. So she does a thing, and she has the burger next to her face, and she pulls it away like she's eating, and she goes like this. And has her mouth
Yeah.
closed, and it's so funny.
It looks fake.
Yeah, you're not eating the burger. We know.
And WNBA franchise, 125 mil.
Oh man, that's a big
Jeez.
ticket.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
And
money.
it's going to go up in 2028. They're going to expand again, and it's going to be between 200 to 250 million.
Wow.
Teams
Jeez.
or people will bid on it.
$200 million to lose money.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
But I mean, if it 10 years from now, if it blows up,
Yeah.
125 million's pretty high price tag.
yeah.
You know.
Mike, do you feel foolish? Oh my God, you should totally feel.
For which
Oh man.
Wow.
on a daily basis, I
do
feel
you
foolish.
know that you got duped? You didn't even know.
No, I probably didn't know.
You have no idea.
I'm drinking an $11 coffee right now.
You're not doing it as much anymore, but they already got all the data.
On my porn websites.
No.
OnlyFans.
No, something you used to do all the time. You're not really doing it anymore.
Masturbate.
You were a level 50.
Oh, Pokemon.
Pokemon.
For the past 8 years, Pokemon Go players have been helping Niantic, which is created
company,
the thing,
yeah.
create a 3D model of the world, which is being expanded via AI into large geospatial models. So as you were walking around catching Pokemon, you were working for this company and you didn't even know it.
There's always a catch.
So I did read this, but what I don't understand is how because
You can go places. Players that play Pokemon Go can go access places that are unable to be accessed by people in cars and stuff. So when you're
Yeah.
walking around, you're helping out.
Walking
And
through
they-
parks and stuff.
Yeah.
And then what they would do is they would specifically make like rare Pokemon show up in those areas
In
that
the-
they wanted you to explore.
Right.
So you would go to those
What an
places.
idiot!
Walking in like a dog down the path.
Yep.
couple of things. One, this guy did very little walking. Most of my Pokemon was driving. And second of all, I'd be happy to help. I'd be happy to explore that seems to me a brilliant idea. We'll create a game, give it away for free,
Yeah.
and we'll let people
And now you work for us.
geo-target the Earth.
Those people are very smart and very rich now because of everybody else.
There's always a catch.
Free labor.
Well, I kind of retired a little bit.
Mm.
Just it's so hard to go up to the next level. It's almost not worth it anymore.
Well, they'll miss you. I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I still check in from time to time. It still
Yeah.
gives me notifications. I got eggs. I got no eggs incubating.
What level are you?
43.
43.
Yeah.
You should get a piece of the profit.
Well, Joe, I don't want to stake my claim quite yet. I'm just saying, I definitely put in some time.
Yeah.
And when the rest of the kids quit, this kid kept playing.
Well, they thank you for your help and your support, and now they geomap the world
Thank you.
because of you.
I'm trying to think of if I dated a girl that was like into that stuff, like into Pokemon, and that would drive me insane.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think this must drive my wife insane.
Yeah. Could you
Yeah.
imagine dating some girl that was like, I love Pokemon and I collect Funko Pops and somebody stole my base?
I might love that bitch.
Oh, that company's only worth $9 billion. So,
Yeah. Well,
you know.
That's a small piece for me.
Yeah.
What if they came out and they were like, and as a result, we're going to give away Oh, I gotta tell you something. Yeah, it would be nice if they gave me a little piece of it, but I'm not getting it. I watched a show yesterday, Galvin, that I think you should watch.
Okay.
And I'm sure you've seen it before. And I don't even know the name of it, but it's something like I won the lottery and lost all my money.
Oh, the lottery ruined my life or whatever.
Well,
yeah,
it's not that. It's a show about people who won the lottery and then buying houses in certain places.
Right.
And a girl yesterday, she won $5 million.
Mm-hmm.
She bought a house. The house is like 1,300 square feet.
Okay.
And she's like, this is the best house we could afford with the money and all. I'm like, I think because they tell you I won $5 million. Then I had to pay my taxes and all that stuff. And by the time I left, I had $2.3 million. And then I had to pay off my bills and do all this stuff. So when it was done, we had 150 grand left to buy this house. Like they hardly have any money left. And there was another couple in Oregon, and their big thing was they're Oregon Duck fans. And all they want to do is go to the Ducks games, and they wanted to have a Ducks room in their house, and they did have all that corny stuff. And they paid the guy's like driving a Ford, and his wife had a beater, and they're like, we decided to spend our money, splurge, and buy one thing, and they bought an old Thunderbird. But their house was garbage. Yeah, they won because they won $2 million. And then he said, oh, people think $2 million, but right after taxes and all the other stuff, by the time you get it, and then when you pay off all your bills, you have it. And I was like, yeah, it's not life-changing.
Yeah.
All they got is a Oregon Ducks room.
I said 1,000,000 times lump sum cash in your bank account. I didn't say after it was already after taxes.
Yeah. I listen. You give me $1 million lump sum in my bank account. That'd be nice.
And it's all about how good you are with money. You know what I mean?
Well,
like if you're someone who has a crap load of debt and you got a student loans and you got this and you already took out too big of a mortgage.
Or if you're an idiot that wants to make a room to Oregon Ducks
Right.
buy an old Thunderbird whenever you have two beater cars, you're an idiot.
Right.
Carmen, I don't know anybody that doesn't have debt.
Yeah, I mean, but there are people out there that don't. They also don't own anything.
I mean, I would find the more money I've made, the more debt I have, the more I've incurred debt over the years, because that's just the smarter way to get money. You want to buy a house, you don't give them all your money, you borrow the money.
Right. But that's my only debt right now.
It's not necessarily the smarter way. Because if you had the money,
most of the time it is, because you're not using.
No. But I'm saying if you had the money to do it, you could pay in the price that you're paying. Because if you buy a house for $200,000, you're paying so much more than $200,000 over the years.
Right, but most of the time, people who buy their house don't intend to stay in that house for the next 20 years. Yeah. So if you're not having any intention on paying that house off over 20 years or 30 years, whatever you decide to do, and you're in it for 5-6 years, your best bet is to rent it from the bank. Let the bank borrow the money and do it that way.
But also, like Carmen said, how smart you are with your money and stuff is if you bought that house and you pay cash for that house and you own that house outright, then you rent that house out if you go to buy another house, and then that people are paying for your mortgage on the other house.
But it's even better if you didn't pay for it and you're still borrowing the money from the bank and they're paying more than your mortgage payment. That's the smarter way to do it, is to use somebody else's money to do it. But it causes everybody to incur debt.
Right, yeah. But also with the principal and what you're paying in interest and everything, you're paying a lot of money in interest. On a $200,000 house, when it's all said and done, you're paying like $600,000 for that house.
Right. But what I'm saying is that if I have a $200,000 house and my mortgage payment is $1,000 a month, and I have renters in there, and the renters are paying $1,300 a month. Now I'm making money every month, and it's the bank's money. I never got involved in it whatsoever. I'm just collecting $300 a month.
If you don't have the intention of being there long enough to pay off the entire mortgage.
Like this house.
Yeah.
I can't wait till that other kid grows up so we can get the hell out of this house. I don't need this big thing anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm the same way. My house, I can't, like, when my kids are done, I'm going to move.
Some of Joey's friends are, graduated.
Kids are done.
They're downsizing now, and I would love for Amanda and I to just live in like a little townhouse or a little apartment. I don't want too much space, gives me a headache.
We were talking about Pokemon. Do you know what a Charizard? Charizard?
Yeah. Do I know? Well, I'm not a novice. I'm a level 43.
Let's say somebody had a flaming hot Cheeto that looked like a Charizard.
That would probably be worth some money.
Yeah.
What would you pay for that?
6 cents.
6 cents?
Yeah.
Well, a flaming hot Cheeto
right in front of them
that looks like a Charizard Pokemon just sold at auction.
Auction.
How much do you think? I'm gonna show you the picture of it,
Okay.
and you guys can look at it and think.
Calvin, I have to be honest with you. If it was a flaming hot Cheeto that looked 100% like me, like if I pulled it out of the bag and I went, "Oh my God, look at that," and everybody said, "That's you," like I'd still not pay a penny for it. I don't know what.
All right, well, not necessarily you. What do you think this sold for?
Oh,
though?
I don't know.
Take a look at your phone.
If it's on the,
I know they sold the
auction.
Jesus Cheeto years ago.
Mhm.
I remember that going viral.
Well, that does look like a Charizard.
Let me see.
Any guesses on how much that sold for at
Oh my
auction?
gosh.
$5,000.
$5,000.
Carmen, it was at auction
For a
It's got to
flaming
be
Cheeto.
more than that.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna say 50 grand.
50 grand.
Cheetos-ard.
Cheetos.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Cheetos-ard. That's great.
100,000.
Yeah.
$88,000.
I'm not even
Why?
surprised by
for
that.
a flaming hot Cheeto that looks like a Pokemon
Yeah.
character.
Who has that kind of money?
Yeah, I don't know.
Pokemon is crazy, man. There's like a lot of some of those cards cost like millions of bucks. And
That's bananas. That's too much. You're crazy.
Yeah.
do you think somebody at the Cheeto factory made it like that, or is it
course.
just random?
No.
You don't make it to look exactly like a Charizard. It
Yeah.
doesn't happen by accident.
But how?
That could
What do
happen
you
by
do
accident.
with it if you bought it?
Yeah.
Like if you're Elon Musk and you have all that money and you buy it, what do you do with it?
Eat
If
it.
you're Elon Musk, you eat
Does
it.
that go up
Yeah.
in value?
Probably.
Does it
True.
though?
Like
What?
the amount of money in Pokemon cards and stuff, it's crazy. You like what Logan Paul's got the one that's like one of one card and it's worth like $10 million or something crazy like that.
And he
It's-
carries it around with
Yeah.
him.
It's worth $10 million if somebody pays $10 million for it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a guy, I watched a video the other day, and there was a guy that was really smart. He said whenever he goes, "Do you remember when everybody was making the homemade glitters, the
Glue?
yeah, whatever that stuff was,
There
the
was the,
glitter gunky putty stuff."
what is it called? We had a
Slime.
whole factory. Slime. Thank you,
Slime.
Joe. It was slime.
Yeah.
Yeah, your kids did it. Everybody's kids did
Oh,
it.
my
Everybody
kids
was doing
ruined
it.
furniture in this house. Making
What was the number one ingredient in that stuff?
glue.
What kind of glue?
Elmer's.
So this guy said, "I saw this and it became very popular and all these people were doing it." He goes, "My nieces and nephews were doing it and all their friends were doing it and everything." He goes, "So I looked up and I said, who makes Elmer's glue?" And it was a company called whatever. And he goes, and they had pretty much steady all the time, just steady, nothing crazy
Right.
going up or down or anything. He goes, "But I went to get Elmer's glue and they were sold out." And he goes, "So I invested a bunch of money into that company, whatever." And he goes, "They had the first year where it skyrocketed, whatever, and he made a ton of money." He goes, "You just look for things like that,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that you
Yeah.
know, it's just an anomaly, a weird thing that happens like that, and you put money in and you can make a ton." But that's smart though. That's a smart way to think of things instead of what's next stock, what's this. Look around you, see what's happening in the world.
I have a dresser in my office that it was a piece that was in my old dining room, and it was in my office now because it kind of matches, but it just has stuff in there, and I had to turn that into a desk where my daughter can make slime. Completely ruined the whole thing. But I had to give her a slime workstation where she could do it because they were making it so often.
Yeah.
that was a little fad that all the kids went through. Sure, smart to hop on the Elmer's glue.
Done now,
thing
but
there.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
happening for a while there. Everybody like candy? Do you like candy? What kind of candy?
I mean, I'm a fan. I like it when you go to the mall.
Yeah.
And they have that candy thing where you get the bags and you
You
just fill
scoop
it up.
stuff,
Oh, yeah,
whatever. You
that's-
can get some gummy things.
I
You can get
love
some
that.
chocolate covered this, whatever. Candy sales topped $54 billion in the U.S. last year.
Wow.
$54 billion.
Bunch of fat asses.
That is $28 billion in chocolate, $22 billion in non-chocolates, and $4 billion in gum.
Wow. Gum.
Yeah.
I don't know who's still chewing gum.
This guy.
Are you really?
Dude, I chew gum all the time. I like gum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I do. I chew
like gum.
I chew gum a lot, and I'm upset if I don't have gum.
Really?
Yeah.
My wife the other day, she had gum in her purse. I thought that was interesting. I'm not a gum guy.
Yeah, I like because instead of using mints, I have gum, and it's got a good smell to it, whatever. And plus, I just look cool when I chew gum.
Do you?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
What looks cool about
Oh.
you dislocating your jaw?
No, you should see. I look cool.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Got my hat on, sunglasses. Some
Can
gum.
I just tell you something? I wholeheartedly believe that you believe that.
Look how cool I look,
Yeah,
everybody.
I was like, I'm gonna put some gum in there to make it cool.
I have A hot or not for you guys?
Good. I love hot.
Listen to the facts. This is a local one, too. A woman was arrested last week and charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon after she allegedly stabbed her boyfriend for refusing to eat her cooking.
Oh, I didn't know what you were going to say.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
A Coral Springs Police Department arrest report shows that officers responded to the scene where they discovered the suspect, Natty Vida.
What is it?
Natty Vida?
Natty?
Yeah, or Nativita, something like that. August, she is 43 years old of Coral Springs. She was attempting to hide in the bushes of a neighboring building. According to the report, officers met with the victim, who informed them that they had an argument and began over him in August, his girlfriend, over his reluctance to eat her cooking. The victim told police that the disagreement escalated when she allegedly slapped him while he was sitting in the living room. The altercation continued into the kitchen, where the victim says he confronted his girlfriend about the slap. At that moment, she grabbed an 8-inch kitchen knife from the counter and slashed him with it. In an attempt to defend himself, he raised his arms and sustained a 2-inch laceration on his left forearm. August was arrested and transported to the Broward Main Jail. She is 43 years old. She's from Cape Coral. She said, "Eat this food." He said, "No." She said, "Stab, stab, stab." Mike Calta, hot or not?
Sounds like Gio's house on a Tuesday.
Oh,
No
yeah.
shrimp for you.
Yeah.
Nothing about this says hot except Coral Springs. Coral Springs,
Okay.
home of my cousin Sal.
Mhm.
It says
Sal's
that-
hot.
Sal's hot. But if her name was Alexis Martin, I'd be like, yeah. But the fact that she's a Natty Vita and she's lunatic, I'd say not hot.
Not
I
hot.
say not hot.
All
Big
right.
fat Mexican.
Gio?
Yeah, crazy, all obsessed with her food. Fatty, fat, not hot.
Not hot. All right. Carmen, what do you think?
See, this sounds like a crazy bitch
Yeah.
who really, really wants the engagement ring,
Mm,
and she knows if she can't cook, she's not getting married.
mm.
She's hot.
You're
That's
saying
a
she's hot?
weird way
Yeah.
to get there. You went a
Listen,
long, twisted road to get there, but hey, man, who am I to tell you?
gotta
She's-
break it down.
She's trying to explain. Listen, I cut up hot dogs and put it in the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
eat this.
Okay.
So Mike and Gio both say not hot. Carmen says hot. Take a look.
Oh yeah, not hot.
That
I was
is
very,
not hot.
I was
That
very
is
close.
Yep.
Not
In my
hot.
assessment,
God.
hiding in
For
the
the
bushes.
game.
For the
No,
game.
I'm kidding.
Get
I'm
outta here.
kidding.
Game of you play.
You're bananas.
I'm
Jesus,
not going to eat
gross.
her cooking either.
She looks
No,
like, she looks like Admiral Akbar.
Yeah.
not hot.
Not hot.
A new study based on IMDb's ratings found that you should give a TV show how many episodes for it to get good. So if you watch a TV show, what do you watch? 1, 3, 5? Like how many episodes are you like, all right, it's not good, I'm done watching it. Or
If-
it got good.
If I have a modicum of interest in the show, I'll give it 3 episodes.
3 episodes.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 is if you're liking it a little bit, but it's really needing to warm up. I give it 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah, I was going to say 4.
4.
But if it stinks, like the new Reacher, I watched the first episode. And I'm done. I'm not even going back to it.
Carmen, how many episodes do you give?
I think 3.
3.
Yeah.
Joe? 3?
Same, 3.
Yeah. They say 6
No.
episodes
Oh.
for it to get good. Yeah.
No
That's
way.
a whole
Time.
season.
I gotta be
No.
honest with you. If you don't get me in the first episode,
Yeah.
I rarely
over.
watch episode 2.
Yeah. I'll give you 2 at minimum.
Nobody else watched the new Reacher?
No,
No.
You said it was so bad that I'm.
Yeah,
watching.
I want somebody else to go. Oh no, the second episode's great because it was so bad.
They say some shows took a while to reach their potential. Shows that I will tell you, I was in from episode 1.
Okay, all right.
Seinfeld.
I
was in-
Seinfeld, I was late too.
I was in because I was already in Jerry Seinfeld. Like he was my favorite comedian already.
I
You know what
liked Seinfeld from when I lived in New York, but I wasn't. I knew it. It was part of the. I watched it. I just wasn't crazy about it. And then I started working nights, so I never got to watch it for the next 5 seasons. So I missed out. But I did go back to it and revisit it when it was still on. And actually, I had to be watching VHS reruns of that because they didn't have on demand at the time. So I did go back. So I must have been watching VHS tapes of it. I am a late bloomer on Seinfeld.
Another one I was in from the very beginning, and I watched the episodes as it played the seasons out. You know what I mean? Like when it was on TV, not on demand or anything. Breaking Bad. I was immediately in on. I thought that was great.
Breaking Bad, I had read about a couple of times and was looking for a show to watch, and went to it in the first season, late in the first season.
Because do you remember Breaking Bad was on, and then it had that weird reality show that was on after, where it was a small town and the police.
Oh yeah,
right.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, yeah.
That was after Breaking Bad.
That was
after
on
Sopranos.
AMC. No,
that was on HBO.
It was on AMC.
Mm.
I'm almost positive.
Here is why I think you're wrong, but I of course have been wrong plenty of times. There was there was sheriffs in the town, right? And the woman was the sheriff, or the woman was based around the woman. Are we talking about the same show?
Small Town Security. That's what it was called. It was called Small Town Security, and it was on AMC.
Yeah,
and it was the lady. It was that's the one you're talking about. The chubby lady. This is them.
Yeah, because I remember her. Remember she liked porn?
Yeah.
And they said something really graphic on the
It was
show.
on AMC.
Okay, all right. Then that's why I'm confused.
Yeah. Because I used to talk to my mother-in-law about it because we were watching Breaking Bad, and I go, "Have you seen the show afterwards?"
That show is nuts.
Yeah.
That show is nuts.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. Small Town Security was what that was called. And then the other one, which I had to convince you because you would say stuff about it, and I said, no, it's actually funny, and then you agreed, is Friends.
So one day I came in here, I watched a Friends episode, and I came in here the next day and I said, or maybe I put it on Twitter or something, I said, what was it that I ever thought was funny about Friends? It was just corny and terrible, and I didn't like it. And then we talked about it, and I went back to it again, and I watched it again, and it was an episode with Joey, and it was really funny. And I went, okay, my bad. Friends had its moments.
Yeah, yeah.
Friends is
I
funny.
mean, every once in a while there was some stuff. Yeah, it's pretty obvious, whatever. But there was a lot of funny stuff on there for sure.
I watched Modern Family from the very first episode.
I did not
Yeah.
because it was up against American Idol, and they had Danny Noriega on it. And my brother Tim kept on telling me to watch it, and I go, I can't. I got to see this 15-year-old boy that's on American Idol. But yeah, Modern Family. Modern Family for a good 4 or 5 seasons was top notch. Fell off a little bit.
The last season kind of stunk.
when they introduced that stupid kid.
Yeah.
The other little kid.
Not Manny.
No, the Joe.
kid,
The
yeah.
little kid. Yeah, they went one season. I think they went about a season too far.
Yeah.
You can tell when you watch it when they really started getting money because you can see by their makeup and their hair
Oh,
and
the
their
show,
clothes.
yeah.
Yeah, you can tell.
The sets get bigger.
One of the funniest lines ever on there. Do you remember when they did Express Christmas and they did Christmas like in July or whatever? And they were going to do the whole thing, whatever. And Cam was wearing a Christmas sweater. It was like a sweater vest thing, whatever. And he and Jay were doing stuff together. And Jay goes, oh, what the hell is that you're wearing? And he goes, oh, this is my Christmas sweater. And he holds his hands up like this. And he has big wet pits. And he goes, by the looks of it, you are the Christmas sweater. And I was like, that's so brilliant. That was so funny. Yeah, that was a great show for sure. I did not get in on the ground floor on that. Mike Calta, you always say that there's stuff you optimistic liar, you want to go to, you want to go see this. I think this might be one that you're actually going to go to.
That I'll make it to.
That you'll make it to.
Boy, Galvin, I don't know what you're going to say, but I was getting gas the other day, and I thought, what would it take for me to get me to cross the street to just go like who's a celebrity that I would walk over there to meet? Nah, I can't think of anybody anymore.
It's funny because my calendar is full. I have a lot of stuff. Not only all the Pitbull toddler stuff that we have, but I'm going to see Dropkick Murphys.
Nope.
I'm going to see Foreigner.
Nope.
I'm going to see the Magic Play.
What's the Magic Play? Oh, the Magic Play. I thought you meant like a
Orlando
Magic Play.
yeah. So this is happening on Saturday, July 12th,
Okay.
right here in Tampa.
Oh.
The Offspring.
Ooh, I would go see that.
The Offspring
I
have
would go
announced
see
a massive summer 2025 North American
Oh,
tour.
wait.
It's
You
so
lost me at
hot.
massive. You
Well-
lost me at massive. Go ahead.
Here's who's with them: The Offspring, Jimmy Eat World, and Newfound Glory.
Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah, and you don't even have to go to them.
No,
You
I
can just
like
roll up
them.
for
I
Offspring
like
if you
them.
want to. But I know that you dig
I
those
like
guys.
Newfound Glory.
Live Nation pre-sale starts tomorrow at noon using the code funky.
Ooh.
While general on sale starts on Friday at 10 a.m. On Ticketmaster.
Amphitheater, you said?
Amphitheater,
Oh,
yeah.
way too hot.
Yeah,
July.
but you go in. You just show up at night for
Nah,
it.
it's still hot.
Oh,
and
they got the big
humid.
fan up there and stuff.
No,
and they
I'm
got
out.
the come on.
And Offspring is awesome live. I've
Yeah.
probably seen him 5-6 times. So good. But
Yeah.
no, I'm out.
Huh? All right.
97X can get that for their
Yeah.
next crappy thing.
Mm.
You got to drive there. You got to park. You got to
Oh,
sweat.
my
Oh,
God.
I don't do any of those.
Yeah, still,
I
it's
don't
like
drive.
sweat.
I don't drive. I don't park. I barely sweat.
Nah,
I got
if-
forehead sweat.
if
no
it was
body
inside,
sweat.
I'd go.
No.
That's why I don't wear deodorant.
How about this? There's still no word on how Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy died,
Oh, I already laid it out.
but someone has posed an interesting theory,
Here we go.
and that someone is Dr. Michael Baden.
So I saw an interview with him on the first day that all this stuff happened, and he offered no insight, but he must have some more information now.
Well, yeah, if you don't know who he is, he's a world famous forensic pathologist. He had that autopsy show that was on HBO. He's been in a lot of major cases where he does the autopsies and stuff. He thinks Gene Hackman died from a cardiac arrest, and his wife died trying to get him his medication, either by falling and hitting her head or suffering a cardiac event of her own.
Wow. That
Yeah.
would be really interesting.
Yeah.
But how will we ever find out? Well, I mean, I guess they could check her heart
Well,
to
no,
see
they'll
if she
know.
had a cardiac event.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
cause of death will come out.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree.
You say his
She went
wife was
first.
dead. He panicked, fell over his walker, whatever, and he died.
Yeah, he was trying to help her, and
You're saying the reverse almost.
yeah,
of what
she
he's saying.
she died first, and he is too old to figure out what to do.
So you're saying almost the exact opposite of world renowned pathologist.
I
Yeah.
think he tripped and fall trying to get to her and then just laid there.
Maybe.
Broken hip.
Maybe,
died.
but I
Well-
go in that order.
Yeah.
And that's what he's saying. The opposite, though. He's saying that
She
Hackman
reacted to
died.
him.
he died, cardiac arrest. She was trying to help him get his medication, whatever. She either had a cardiac arrest of her own or she fell and hit her head.
Right.
Right, because she is younger.
Yeah.
So for her, I'm just so.
But she's 63, I think she was.
Yeah.
But still, that's
Oh, yeah.
still young.
Do you know, how much it hurts that you just said that? It's 10 years away from our
But
age.
listen to me. There's a big difference of 63-year-olds, just like there's a big difference of
Sure.
53-year-olds.
Joe, you are so close to that.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
Like you're here. You're
Yeah,
there.
I know.
You know what sucks? Getting my father-in-law always says it. He makes the joke every time I see him. He goes, "Mike, let me give you a piece of advice." I go, "Okay." He goes, "Don't get old." I go, okay, I'll try my
All
best.
right.
Because he brought this up recently. It was just his 85th birthday, 84th birthday. Anyway, he was saying that in his head he is still the same person.
Sure.
But his body is 80 something years old now.
Right.
Right.
So, and he's like, it's terrible. He goes, if I could, I would play basketball. And he's like, I want to play basketball, but I can't. And I started thinking about that. That is just the worst piece of torture, to be able to be mentally able to do anything and physically unable to do it.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people that do that stuff because they don't. I think if you give into it, I'm 80. I can't play basketball.
Yeah.
Right.
But also, I get it. You know, if you're 80 and you're playing basketball, you could easily break a
Yeah.
hip. Or
Oh, I'm
Take
53
chances.
and I am holding on the stairs.
But then you also see, you know, the 101-year-old that's doing the 40-yard dash and doing stuff. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you never know. It all depends on the stuff.
you
but-
just got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
keep moving.
In my line, I feel like I have to start doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
Start doing it.
Because also, it's not about the level that you do it at. That's the other thing. And I feel like for a lot of athletes, that's kind of where they like stop because they don't feel like they can compete. But
Right.
it's not about competing anymore. It's just about doing the actual
Right.
act of what
Mobility
you like.
is very important. I will
Yeah,
tell you.
yeah,
Yeah.
Getting around, like
Yeah.
my father-in-law really wants to go to Vegas, but getting around Vegas at his age is
Yeah.
just going to be hard to do. You know?
My dad, whenever he came down and we went to the Steelers-Bucks game and stuff, I got a wheelchair for him.
Yeah.
Right.
He can walk, but, you know, you're
it'd
walking
take 'em
up the
forever.
ramp and you're doing the thing and everything, whatever. And he was kind of like, I don't know. And I go, yeah, it'll make it easy for you.
Oh,
Whatever.
I can't wait till my kids force me in a wheelchair.
When we got done, the next day he goes, that wheelchair was a pretty good idea. And I go, yeah. I go, it just makes it easier for you.
But I mean, if you go to Disney and you go, give me one of them scooters, you're a loser. But if
No,
your kids-
I've been telling you, I did that at Dollywood. It was the greatest thing ever.
I don't believe you did it. You got a scooter for yourself.
We had 4 scooters for our family, and I drove. It was my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law, and we had one as well. And we were driving them all around town.
You said earlier, he's pretty graw.
He's a little girl. Yeah.
It was awesome.
I went to Disney a couple weeks ago and I saw the scooter and I thought, what a great thing this must be to drive around this thing on a scooter.
Yeah.
It must be awesome. And then I thought, but I'll never be that guy. But if I'm at the age where the kids are going, come on, Dad, let us push you around on the scooter. Get the scooter. I go, all right.
They
Let
made
me
the
on
scooter cooler. They should make the scooter a little bit cooler. Just looks.
Put a number on the front,
Yeah, I mean,
some knobby
just
wheels.
something.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
make
know?
it. Can you make it for 2?
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah, I'm sure they have that.
Yeah.
That'd be hard
But
for lines, though.
the thing is, in a lot of people, pride.
Yeah.
The pride.
Yeah.
That is
I
true.
remember my mom didn't want to use a cane.
Right.
And I said to
Yeah.
my mom, I go, no one is going to point out the 80-year-old woman and go, oh, my God, she's got a cane. Look at
Right,
her. I
right.
go,
Yeah.
that's the thing. I mean, that's
Can I
an
tell you-
80-year-old
That's
woman with a
that's
cane
that's
is
personal
fine.
Thing.
I
Yeah,
can't.
you know.
I
Pride.
can't wait to
Yeah.
use a cane. I feel like a cane is a great accessory. Joe got me a nice cane.
Oh yeah.
My mother-in-law has a nice handmade cane. Cane's okay.
Gets a sword inside.
I'm going to carry mine more like a scepter.
Should.
How about this, though? So we have Dr. Michael Baden with the theory. We have another theory as well of
Okay.
how Gene Hackman and his wife died. Do you remember Star Whackers?
No, I don't know what Star Whackers is.
Star Whackers was a theory that Randy Quaid put out there when he lost his mind and started ranting about some secret cabal that was killing off celebrities and stealing their fortunes. He says Star Whackers took out Heath Ledger, David Carradine, and other dead celebrities.
You know,
and
David
now,
Carradine, known for his wealth.
Yeah, and now, according to him, they got Hackman.
Oh, man. Star Whackers.
Star Whackers got Hackman.
I thought that was the sequel to Star Wars.
Star Whackers?
Yeah.
That's the porn version.
Yeah.
It's totally different, yeah. So
Speaking of, I was at New Heights yesterday with the
Cam
live
girls?
webcams.
yeah.
It's not cam girls because it's just
Cam guys?
well, no, but cam girls makes it seem like it's like I'm talking to a girl. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just observing.
You could.
Yeah, you're just there.
No, you can't, Carmen,
just
because if you do, you got to pay
creeping?
for it.
No, you're just
So you're
grifting off the other guys.
Yeah, so you're a creep and
lurker.
you're cheap. You're a cheap creep.
A
No,
voyeur.
I just don't have anything I want to say. Yeah, I don't want to talk to the girls.
Well,
I'm not interested in that.
I thought you tell them what to do. That's the cool part.
No, they set a goal. They tell you, if I get to this goal, I will do this. And then dudes give them money and they get to their goal.
And you reap the benefits.
And I reap the benefits. I'm not giving them money. That's just absurd.
Sometimes they have where it cuts off when they get to if you're not paying.
Geo knows.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
Geo
also, what's
Gio
the
read that
difference?
somewhere.
What's the difference of giving OnlyFans girls money
Because I
and
only love that one girl.
Yeah.
But we've already been down this road.
Yeah,
You've
there's been
signed
a
up
few
for
girls.
multiple
So
OnlyFans.
listen, I'll be honest with you. In the very beginning of OnlyFans, like when it was like, oh my god, look at this OnlyFans thing. And then Bert, I've talked to Bert, and Bert's like, I signed up for like 10 girls OnlyFans. He's like, if I saw it, if the girl hit me up, I just liked her OnlyFans and joined it. So I didn't really know, but now I know, and I'm only on the one, and I think I canceled it. So
I was gonna
that's
say, are you still paying? Do you
it.
know?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Yeah.
That's how they get you.
I mean, I kind of know, but I
10
don't wanna
years from
say
now,
it.
you're like, oh, I spent 40 grand on
Right,
this, and I
right.
didn't even know.
What is this charge right here that's been
Yeah.
recurring for 8 years?
Can I tell you some of the things I saw yesterday?
Oh.
On the cam?
Yeah, I got to be delicate the way I say this.
Oh,
Okay, so you normally picture if it's a cam, it's one girl,
Okay.
and maybe she's doing stuff
Okay.
to herself.
Right.
They have really branched out.
Mm.
There was one,
There's branches involved?
Galvin.
Mm.
There was 3 girls,
Oh.
2 in their 20s,
Okay.
1 in her 30s,
All right.
and then a guy in his 20s,
Oh.
and then a couple in their somewhere in their 70s. There
What?
was all those
All
people
of
in one
them?
room, and they were all doing stuff.
Oh.
And it's so weird. Then there was another girl, and she was solo, and she was completely tatted up, and she had piercings in her areas
Mm-hmm.
and the whole deal. And I don't want to say how, It wasn't the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
She made an orange traffic cone disappear.
No.
Now you see
No
where
way.
I'm.
That's too much.
Geo.
Like a full cone?
An orange trap. More like bigger than
soccer.
than the ones you'd have at soccer. Smaller than the ones that Bob's Barricades puts up.
Like a go-kart cone.
Yeah, like a go-kart cone. Like it was a cone. It was a big
Right.
cone. And
What side went first?
I think you know.
it eased. It eased. I saw some amazing things.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
All right.
Most of the time, I'm just sitting there like this. Just staring.
The time I saw the cam stuff, it was usually like some girl in like a dirty apartment. Like maybe they've increased over the years.
It's
Like-
gone way different.
It was
Oh,
very sad.
Yeah, for some reason I thought that they were like at a facility.
No.
Some people
Sometimes
are.
they do.
Oh, are they?
Some
Sometimes they
people are in like a studio.
It'd be
Right.
kind of grainy video because they have a cheap
Oh, no,
webcam
they're all-
and they're in like, you know.
It's all good video now.
Yeah?
It's
All
all HD. It's all good
I've
stuff.
seen those warehouses, Michael. It's like everyone has a cubicle.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Joe got his start in video back in the old porn days.
Well,
Mhm.
yeah.
There is one girl that I like.
Joe
and
used to do video, you're saying?
Joe
Yeah.
used to do video.
It
Yeah.
was back in the 90s.
There is one girl that I like, and she's got a big butt, and she's got a big flower on her butt cheek.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I couldn't watch it yesterday because she had a pimple in the flower.
Oh.
It was bugging me. I couldn't watch it anymore.
She
HD
goes,
cam.
She goes, smell my flower, and then squirts you with the pimple.
Oh,
I don't like that at all.
How about this? Daryl Hall says he will never
Ever.
reunite with John Oates.
No.
He also says, just so you know, I wrote 90% of the songs.
Damn right.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm telling you right now,
Nah.
you can go see Hall in concert. You can't go see Oates in concert.
You can.
I know, but I'm saying it's not the same. You could see Daryl Hall and somebody else singing the Oates parts back up, and you could do that, but you can't see Oates without Hall.
Right.
And that's going to hurt Oates because Oates is successful. Oates has songwriting credits. He's got a lot more singing credits than people give him credit for. But the truth is that he's the harmony. He's the backup guy. You can't have him without Hall.
Right. Yeah.
But
So
you can have Hall
if
without
you-
Oates.
Yeah. You go see Daryl Hall, you're getting a great Hall and Oates show.
Yeah.
Without Oates.
Oates has been out with Dave Stewart from the Eurythmics.
Yeah.
Not the same.
No,
Not
I
the
saw Oates do a couple of Hall and Oates songs, and it was Oates, and it was like, this is no-
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
missing it, Oates. You're missing
The
it.
music sounded right and everything, but it's not Daryl Hall.
Yeah. That's the voice.
There's a reason it was Hall and Oates.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Not Oates and Hall.
Guy that's not doing too well is Wes Scantlin. As often is the case, Wes Scantlin was an absolute mess during a Puddle of Mud show on Saturday night, but he has a reason.
Okay.
Oh, good.
He claims he was roofied by the band's original bass player.
Why?
Who knows? Somebody get this guy some help. Like he's got problems. Clearly, he has problems.
Yeah.
Some sad news for Dolly Parton. Her husband, Carl Dean, passed away yesterday at the age of 82.
Anybody ever see that guy before?
Yes, just recently though. They were like, "Did you know that Dolly Parton's been married?" So she was married to the guy for over 60 years. They met over 60 years ago and had been married 58 years.
If you're married to Dolly Parton and she looks like that, like the way she does for all these years,
Yeah.
and she's making movies where she's making out with Burt Reynolds, are you comfortable with that?
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think I have a choice, but I'm like,
Right.
I'd be really jealous of that. Burt
Yeah,
Reynolds
but-
in his heyday.
I mean, you've locked down arguably the greatest set of hoots in the history. Of
I know,
anything.
but now you're leasing them out.
but
To
also,
Burt Reynolds and to
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers and the
also not knowing that this guy even existed really means that he doesn't care about the spotlight and he's comfortable. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
yeah, I
I'm
got
fine.
Dolly
Get that
Parton,
money.
all this money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
By the way, Islands in the Stream, one of the best songs ever.
Great
One of the
song.
greatest duets ever.
Love it.
Hall and Oates don't sing that.
How about this? Harry Styles was in Japan over the weekend and he ran the Tokyo Marathon.
Saw that.
Carmen, how do you think he did? Harry Styles running the 26.2 miles.
Oh, just like no practicing, was just like, I'm going to go run a marathon.
No,
He
no, no. I don't know whether he's a runner or what he was in.
I mean,
there.
he ran a Tokyo Marathon.
Yeah,
he
he
had
did
to
the
prepare for it.
Yeah, you would think that he, But do you think he did well? Do you think he did poorly? In the middle? What do you think?
I don't even think he finished it.
Oh, not finished. All right. Gio, what do you think?
He did all right, middle of the pack.
Middle of the pack? Joe?
I think he came in probably within the first. I think he was in the top tier.
Top tier?
Yeah, I think he was probably in the top 15, 20%.
Just so you know, pros are running this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you already know?
I saw it, yeah.
He ran the Tokyo Marathon. Harry Styles did. His time was about 3 hours and 24 minutes, which is about a 7:47 pace, 7-minute and 47-second pace for 26.2 miles.
Damn.
If anyone in this room or Carmen or anyone in the building over there or maybe anyone in your neighborhood can run a mile in 7 minutes and 47 seconds, 1 mile,
Yeah.
I'd be impressed.
Wow.
But he did 26.2 miles. Yeah, so that's a pretty good time. 3 hours and 24 minutes is pretty
That's
good.
how long it's going to take me to do the 5K.
Yeah, no.
How's your training going?
I mean, I'm walking.
That's good.
You know, I'm not running. I'm walking. Get my legs warmed up a little bit. Yes, Carmen.
Michael, we have a special call on the hotline.
On the hotline.
Yeah.
Can you-
I don't know if you can see that or not.
All right, hold on a second. No. I can't see it.
Okay.
Hello?
Michael,
Yes?
we have to improve this hotline thing. No one can see when I call in. I've been trying to call in for like 15 minutes.
Also not very special.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on?
How
What do you
dare-
mean?
How dare you? Hold on. How dare you? I have a theme song. How dare you?
Wait a second. So what's happening? The hotline is ringing and it's not flashing, Carmen?
There is no flash. Yeah, no. So
Yeah.
unless like Geo or you gives me a heads up that like someone's calling the hotline, it's, you know what I mean?
You just don't know.
I mean, that is insane.
Because the old line is still connected to the
Yeah.
light.
What is it?
So I know when the old line is ringing.
Okay.
But like the old line doesn't work, I guess.
Right.
Okay.
It just
Anyway, Tony, we're here now. What's up, Tony?
All right. I mean, going back to, I was going to go back to the Seinfeld thing. That's how long I've been trying to call in for. But I got to call John Brennan afterward to get this stupid hotline number fixed. But for Seinfeld originally, when the pilot aired, they actually they pulled the show. It was received so poorly that they only aired that one episode, and the feedback from the audience was that it was too Jewish.
Too Jewish.
And the savior of it was
Rick Ludwin.
Yep.
Who?
The guy who worked
Rick
for NBC.
Ludwin.
He went to Brandon Tartikoff
Yeah, he
and
was-
said, "Hey, give it a shot." This is a good
McLovin?
show."
Is that what he
Yes,
said?
McLovin.
Rick Ludwin. Rick Ludwin. He gave it four. They gave it 4 more episodes, and it barely survived that. So that you're right. That first season was rated really poorly. In fact, you rarely see the episodes from the first season because of how poorly it did. But and then after the second season is when it took off.
Yeah.
That was back when it was called the Seinfeld Chronicles, and if you remember,
Right.
they had the where he was getting his wash done, and then Kramer came in and put cement in the thing. Which was a hilarious episode, but it was like brand new. Yeah, but I liked it from the get go.
I watched one last night. It was at season 8. It showed you that the show was running full steam ahead, and it was at its most brilliant.
Yeah.
When George and Jerry, they think they make the compact to get engaged, and then Jerry breaks up with his girl, and George, but Kramer going in and being extra Kramer, like they know what the audience responds
really
to,
Kramer it up.
and he was really Kramering it up. Really, it makes that show. It makes that show hilarious. I don't know what. I watch it all the time, and I still try to figure out what the components are that make the show so great. And it's just all the characters. Jerry is the least attractive thing about the show. I mean, he's funny and he keeps the show moving and all that stuff, but he's the least attractive thing about the show.
But he's playing himself.
Sure.
So he's playing himself where all the other characters were
Get to be over
characters
the
from
top.
his life
Yeah.
that were exagerated. And yeah.
To think now that
Well,
George,
they say in season 2 is when everything kicked off, because that's when Jason Alexander realized that his part was really Larry David.
Right.
But Michael Richards said in season 2 that in season 1 he played Kramer like he was 2 steps behind the world, almost like he was like Jim from Taxi.
Yeah.
And then in season 2 he changed it that he was 2 steps in front of the world, and he was a genius, and no one could understand him.
Yeah.
And that's where his character really took off. That because he played him totally different in season 2.
Oh,
By the way, so the washing machine thing that was actually in season 2. I just looked it up, but they're so young that I'm like, I thought that was from
Right.
season 1.
yeah. When I go into it every night, I watch a couple before I go to bed, or one while I'm falling asleep. I got to jump into like season 6 or more.
Yeah.
or maybe 5, just to get in
And
there.
Elaine gets hotter.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mike, how many episodes did you give Succession before in that first season before you wanted to say these people are all terrible and I can't watch this anymore?
Oh no, Succession. I loved from the start. I thought Succession was great.
You're a terrible person.
Yeah.
They are all terrible people.
Listen to me.
great, though.
It's awesome. They're the father telling the kids to F off all the time was one of the greatest things. You don't normally see that on television shows. It was great. No, the meaner they were, the better.
They were so terrible. That poor kid, like when they were playing that baseball game, that first episode. I'm like, I don't know who I'm rooting for in this episode. I mean, they were all horrible. I mean, it grew on me. I loved it. I loved the show by the end. But that first season, I think we had to give it 4 or 5 episodes before we got hooked.
No, I loved it. I loved it right out of the gate. Yeah, that one guy, the guy who plays the father, is so good in everything that he plays. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sorry
All
the
right,
hotline
that's
wasn't
great.
working.
Well, we'll get that fixed. Give me a ring after the show, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
See you, Tony.
Thank you. We'll get that fixed.
Bye.
He'll get that fixed. Thank you, Tony. All right. Well, anything else, Calvin?
Yeah, finally in news, Forbes has released its list of highest paid actors in 2024. So if you want to take a break and come back, we can
Well,
get
we
to it.
can't because Dom is coming in, right?
Yes.
She's here.
Okay, so but let's get to that. We'll get to it before the show is over today. All right, we'll take a quick break now. Listen to me. If you got a question for Ask the Dom, you get a treat. Dom's here early today, and some of you people may never have gotten through. Get on the phone lines now. 800-771-1025. 800-771-1025. Carmen will put you on hold, and we're going to bring Ask the Dom in the studio to take your legal calls next on 1025 The Bone.
I'll give you number 20. We can start at number 20
All right.
and kind of work our way in. Number 20 is Joaquin Phoenix,
For the Joker?
19 million.
Mm.
Number 19, it's a lady, Scarlett Johansson, 21 million.
Good for you, Colin Jost.
18 is Jake Gyllenhaal with 22 million. By the way, they're doing Glenn Ross on Broadway. Jake Gyllenhaal's in there.
Bill
Burr. And there was a couple other people. I was like, oh, that's good.
I've seen Glenn Ross on Broadway with Tom Wopat and Liev Schreiber and Ed Harris.
Yeah.
No, not Ed Harris. He was in the movie.
Oh.
It was somebody else. But anyway, it was a good cast that I saw, but it was not like this one. This is all star-studded.
Yeah.
It's a good play. It's a great movie, but it's a good play. I don't know, Galvin. I can't even think of any more actors.
Well, I can run through them and tell you what it is. So number 17 is Denzel Washington, made 23 million.
Gladiator 2.
Number 16, turning heel, John Cena, $23 million. He is tied actually with a couple other guys. John Cena right up there with Matt Damon and Mark Wahlberg.
Good for him.
Yeah. All right. Jason Statham, 24 million. He's tied with Channing Tatum.
These all seem very low to me.
Yeah, but $24 million for 1 year? It's just 1 year.
But I mean, for a Hollywood actor, you think
That's 2 movies.
More, yeah. I guess you're right.
You take 6 months to make a movie.
Yeah.
It's 2 movies.
Yeah. Let's see. Coming in at number 11 is another lady, Mariska Hargitay. Jesus.
Oh, she's getting those residuals from Law and
25.
Order.
She's still making Law and Order.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah. Yeah, 25 million. Will Smith, surprisingly, on this list in the top 10, 26 million.
What did he do?
I don't know. I think he had that slave movie after he punched Chris Rock or slapped him.
That was a couple of years ago.
There was something
Oh,
else
yeah, that's true.
he was in, though, this year, I believe.
Yeah, I just don't know.
He is tied with Adam Sandler,
Oh,
26 million. Nicole Kidman and George Clooney are tied with 31 million. Ooh, Brad Pitt in front of George Clooney. What a burn. 32 million. And then you jump up to the big guns. You got number 5, we said Hugh Jackman, 50 million. You guys are still missing number 3 and number 4. So you have Ryan Reynolds at number 2, Dwayne The Rock Johnson at number 1. Who's number 3 and number 4? Number 4 is the guy we were just talking about.
Oh, damn it.
I got nothing.
What's the deal with Pop-Tarts?
Jerry
Seinfeld, $60 million.
Doing what?
Get the
2024.
Seinfeld residuals.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm thinking just movies.
I don't know. I got to be honest with you. I don't know what the parameters are on this.
It's probably how much money they made just in that year,
Right?
And it's based on what they.
So they might not even have anything current out.
Jerry Seinfeld put out that Pop-Tart movie,
right?
On Netflix.
But even that was during COVID,
right? But Netflix has,
that was
Netflix.
COVID. That was like last year.
Yeah. Him, Amy Schumer.
Yeah,
And
I like that movie.
Did you? Yeah, I did not.
I did. I thought it was cute.
But anyway, Netflix has money like that, so I feel like they overpay like everything right now.
Yeah. So this says for Hugh Jackman was from Broadway appearances and throughout his career, acting different stuff, whatever. Nicole Kidman, highest paid actress of 2024, ranked in.
She had a TV show, The Lioness.
Largely from TV, miniseries, and films for various streaming services and stuff. So they're going with that year. So Jerry Seinfeld is in there, and then number 3 is. I can tell you,
Ben Vereen.
He was on the NBA All-Star game, and he ruined it. Shut up. Kevin Hart.
Oh,
yeah.
$81 million for him to go, okay, all right,
he
let me
does,
yell.
like the same dumb movie a million times.
I got to tell you, Grown Little Man was a great stand-up special. And then it all went downhill from there.
Yeah.
He
was too much. You get too much of somebody, it burns them out.
He's the same character in every single movie, I feel like.
Yes, I concur. But Ryan Reynolds made $85 million doing that, and Kevin Hart made $81 million doing that, being the same character. Yeah.
I watched Green Lantern last night.
Oh, why? You lose a bet?
No, it just happened to come on TV. It really is a horrendous movie.
It's bad, yeah.
And they spent so much money. It's such a cartoon. It's really bad. Ryan Reynolds is bad. I don't like it.
I don't think it's his fault though. It's just the story's dumb. The villain is dumb. It's just horribly.
The villain is the worst part of it.
It really was.
The villain's the worst part of it.
It had potential. Like I don't know. The source material's there, but they really just screwed it up.
Well, I guess. So, Hal Jordan was the Green Lantern for Ryan Reynolds, and Guy Gardner is the Green Lantern in the new Superman movie that's coming out.
Right.
Because I guess there are multiple Green Lanterns on Earth.
Yeah.
Over time, I
was never big in those comics, so I don't remember all the backstory.
I had to go read about all of it to kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know. I thought there was only one Green Lantern all my life until that movie came out. Then you found out there was thousands of Green Lanterns.
Everything I learned about the Green Lantern, I learned from the Justice League cartoon.
On
Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to be calling Mr. Skin too, by the way.
We are? All right. So then we should probably call him now, right?
Yeah.
Carmen? She doing that? Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Miles Teller seems like a very popular actor now, but I have a story about him.
Okay.
I was dating this lady whose daughter was in the arts, and she did a short movie, and her co-star was Teller. And you can bring it up on YouTube and check it out. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
a very specific recipe.
All right,
You're telling me that Miles Teller was in a movie
that we can go watch.
Oh, wow.
I need you to stop taking phone calls.
I will
so
stop
I can
taking
call.
phone calls.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Shut it down.
All right.
Joe, where are we at with YouTube?
We're back, baby.
Oh, we're back. Okay.
Yeah, right.
What did you do?
I fixed it.
Yeah. Did you break it first?
No, I did not.
It was not your fault at all?
It was not my
Did they
fault.
return the base to you, or did you find the base?
I found the base.
Oh, okay. Good.
Good.
He was eating some of his nuts and he chewed through a cord.
That's what I was thinking. Knocked it loose.
Galvin, you will not be able to follow along with this.
No.
I
I can't get on any sites on my computer.
Definitely
My
not.
computer is like one of those ladybug phones where I can only call home and 911.
Man, I just saw the first category and it's so hot. Have you looked at this?
Yes. It's fantastic.
First one.
I mean, you can send it to my phone.
Okay,
No,
I'll do it.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'd like to follow along. Is it webcam girls that are doing stuff with 70-year-old guys?
No,
Dude,
it's
that was so
the
weird.
nominations for the Anatomy Awards.
Oh, okay.
That was so weird.
No. I'm saying it was that one of the categories.
No. Mr. Skin is on line 16. Mr. Skin, how are you, my friend?
Hey, Mike, how you doing, man?
I just barely glimpsed at the first category, and I'm very excited to have you on the show. It's the 26th annual Anatomy Awards with Mr. Skin. It coincides with the Academy Awards every year, but is way better, way better. Let's just get right into it. I just see in your top 3 pictures that you have on the Anatomy Awards banner that's on there make me happy. Starting with old school Pamela Anderson, and then my new favorite, that Margot Qualley. Oh my God! All right, let's get into the categories. You can follow with us at home if you go to MrSkin.com. You can follow along and check out the Mr. Skin's 26th annual Anatomy Awards.
Yes, and I should mention this is, if you don't know, it's we've been doing this 26 years. It's a parody of the Oscars. We look at all the best nudity from the previous year, and it's not just from American television and movies. It's stuff from all over the world, and that's really what I love about my Anatomy Awards now. Is yes, we do the body part stuff, breasts and butt and all that, but it's the weird and crazy stuff that happens, like I said, all over the world. And for us to kind of curate that and present it and show people, they're usually like, "Holy crap! I can't believe that actually happened in a movie or television." And we have a lot of that, but. Yeah, there's 42 total categories if anyone wants to check it out for free at Mr. Skin. But I wanted to go over some of the highlights with you guys and get your opinions.
Real quick, I just want to remind everybody in a serious note, MrSkin.com has been successful for all these years. It's been the one that survives. But talking about this stuff and looking at these pictures and stuff has turned us on to some really great movies in the past. And there's a lot of things out there and the platforms that make movies available now. Too many things are coming out and you never get to see them. So sometimes I'll get a good ass shot in something and it turns out, hey, I want to go watch that show and see that ass, and I end up watching a great series. So, there are some good things to take away out of this besides the nudity. But let's get to the nudity.
Yeah, but let's get to the nudity. Yeah, so just some examples. Like we do Best Thong every year, and Mike, when you look at who won Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, whatever it is, you can debate that. There are legitimate debates. No one is debating Zendaya in Challengers as Best Thong. It is just spectacular. She's plays a pro tennis player turned coach, and she's seducing a guy in bed. And it's technically, thong is not nude, but as you know, the smaller the thong, the better. And this is a great scene, and Zendaya, as you can imagine, has a pretty good body.
She is a fantastic body. She's very pretty. And the other thing we were talking about the other day is that, I have kids, and my kids used to watch her on the Disney Channel. Who would have thought?
I have to go through that too. It's so weird.
But who would have thought that Bella Thorne would take backseat to Zendaya?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. It's
very deserving.
It's so weird when you have kids that watch those shows, and then those kids grow up to be hot babes, and then I have to talk about them. It's weird. Trust me.
You say weird, I say hot. All right, this next one is right up Mr. Skin's alley. This is the award for Best Camel Toe.
Yes, a very prestigious award, as you can imagine, Mike. And the winner this year was Billie Eilish. She was at Billie Eilish Live in Concert, and she was standing on stage just smiling and wearing what appears to be something similar to bike shorts. And I'll just say there's 2 smiles in that picture if you look. So, it's pretty crazy.
Do you think somewhere Billie Eilish is laughing with her friends and saying, I won Best Camel Toe?
Right, yeah.
I'm sure she's very she has a pretty good sense of humor about stuff like that. But who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't have the answer for you. I do not. So
hopefully somebody will be brave enough to ask her in an interview one day. That would be fantastic. All right. This is something that you look forward to in the Academy Awards every year, and that's when a new actor or actress burst on the scene.
Yeah.
And of course on MrSkin.com, Best Nude Comer.
Yeah, every year we do this award where someone is kind of unknown and they do like a great nude performance and then they become a big star. And it's funny because we chose this, Mikey Madison and Honora, obviously before the Oscars, and we had no idea that Honora would win. Like, she'd win Best Actress, they'd win Best Director and Best Picture. And Mike, that was a triumphant night in nudity, because people don't realize this, but in like the 70s and 80s and 90s even, if there was like a graphic sex scene or a lot of nudity in a movie, the Academy would like be like, oh, this isn't serious, like how they treat comedies kind of, you know? And back when Halle Berry did Monsters Ball in 2001, where she had that crazy sex scene with Billy Bob Thornton, she won Best Actress, and that was like, whoa, they actually let someone do a real graphic sex scene and win that. Now we're to the point where a movie about a sex worker who's nude a ton in it wins 3 big awards.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So I'm happy about it. And Mikey Madison, Best Newcomer. If you haven't seen Nora, great movie.
This is one of my favorite. Accidental nudity is always great, and this is the best, the craziest nip slip. But this one's
this isn't quite the definition of a nip slip,
right.
But it's definitely the craziest I've ever seen. And so you guys all know who Amy Adams is. She's a famous actress, and she did a movie. Yeah, right. She did a movie last year called Night Bitch, and it's based on a 2021 book of the same name. And in the book, this mom starts to feel like she's overworked. She's becoming a dog, right? And this climactic scene at the 36-minute mark, she opens her shirt, and she's wearing a bra, but she notices on her stomach, you know how like a dog has the 6 nips on the stomach? You know?
Yeah.
She has the dog nips, and I was like, holy crap, this is, you know, obviously it's prosthetics and it's not real, but I just thought it was fascinating, and we had to have that as an Anatomy Award this year.
Full row of teats. You could see it on display.
By the way, I can tell you, I watched that movie. It is terrible. It is.
They thought they pushed it up. They thought it was going to get award buzz, and they pushed up the theatrical release, and it did so horribly that now no one's heard of the movie because it's been like just buried.
Yeah,
but
it's terrible.
We saw that scene and thought that's award-winning material. So.
Now, this next scene, I'm not even sure how to say. Best rab tit.
Yes, best rab tit. It's there was a UK horror flick that very few people saw, but we did, called Starvaker. And the premise is this husband and wife, they have a young son who dies. And they're very grief-stricken, as you can imagine, but the mom thinks that the son is reincarnated as a rabbit.
No, bro.
And next thing you know, she is breastfeeding the rabbit. And there is nudity and a rabbit, and I've never seen this before in the history of movies where someone is breastfeeding a rabbit, and that had to be in our Anatomy Awards. Morfydd Clark in a movie called Starvaker.
Yeah, all this is available at MrSkin.com. It's not as sexy as you think it would be.
No. And you know, Mike, you remember the Nesquik bunny. Yeah. So anyway, that's what it reminded me of. So,
now, sometimes when movies are reissued, and Carmen, Carmen won't watch a movie that's not in HD. Sometimes movies are reissued in HD and on Blu-ray, and you're able to see some details you're not. I see there's a best Blu-ray find category.
Yeah, so what's been cool, especially in the last 10 or 15 years, is these boutique DVD labels will release old movies. And there's one called Fun City Editions that this year released a 1982 obscure movie, obscure to you people, but not to me because I've always been a huge fan of this movie. It's called Paradise, starring Phoebe Cates, and even Willie Ames was the co-star. Remember him from
sure.
Willie Ames, yeah. So anyway, this movie came out 3 months before Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and it did horrible. It was a knockoff of the Blue Lagoon with Brooke Shields. It was like an R-rated Blue Lagoon.
Right.
But it did horrible at the box office. Nobody knew who Phoebe Cates was at the time, and it just went into obscurity. And it was released. You could have seen it on video, and then there was a crappy DVD copy all through these years. So it finally gets released on Blu-ray, and I'm thinking, this is unbelievable because people don't know. Phoebe Cates was so naked in this movie, and it is still Fast Times is still the greatest nude scene in the history of movies. But if you want to see complete nudity from Phoebe Cates, check out this Paradise, now on Blu-ray for the best quality definition, and it's really amazing. And we were really excited when they released that movie this
Full
year.
on a 80s Bush there as well. You can see all
Yes,
that.
yes.
Can we skip down a little to best wardrobe malfunction?
Yeah, of course.
I remember when this happened. I was unfamiliar with this girl, but I mean, this is not. I mean, this. I don't even know how to explain this. She's missing half her pants.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So it's Maren Morris' best wardrobe malfunction, and she's at Willie Nelson's 4th of July picnic, which was broadcast. They had Bob Dylan there, Robert Plant, and so she's up on stage in it's a long jean skirt, I guess you'd call it, but with a cut up the side. But fine, sexy, but maybe wear some underwear if you're going to be up on stage, because it's pretty crazy.
Or don't if you want to be talked about on Mr. Skin.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So we gave it our best wardrobe malfunction, and there were a lot of people in the audience with cameras, and they're like kind of under her, and there was a lot of stuff online too, which was kind of cool to see. Yeah,
I remember when it happened, and it was something else. All right, this is another one. This is great. This is a great category, and again, where science and technology comes in and makes this possible. This is one of my favorites, Mr. Skin. This is best rear burger.
Oh, well, thank you, Mike. I really appreciate that. So there's a famous movie from the late 70s called Caligula, which was just crazy. It was produced from Bob Guccione from Penthouse, and it actually had a lot of major stars in the movie, surprisingly. And they did a porno version of it, and then like an R-rated version, and there were different editions through the years that have come out in theaters and on DVD, and different ways you could see the movie. Well, they put out what was called Caligula: The Ultimate Cut last year, and they added a scene with Helen Mirren. And this hit the cutting room floor originally, but for the first time you could see this scene. And it's weird because it's Helen Mirren, who we all know is very famous. But there is a scene where she's kind of on her knees, bending over, and a rear burger is visible if you want to check it out. And the fact that it's Helen Mirren makes it even more incredible. But it's pretty wild. It's from Caligula: The Ultimate Cut, and we don't get those every year, but if we do, it's like a big celebration at our office.
Oh, it's yeah. Yeah, I tell you, it's one of my favorites. All right, there are some other great categories on here, including best selfie, of course, best butt. There's their best reverse teeter totter. Can we go down to this is
whatever you want.
Best spit line.
Oh yes, this is.
Hot.
Do you guys remember Cruel Intentions, a movie from 1999?
Oh yes.
And and it was right when I launched MrSkin.com, and it wasn't a nude scene, but Sarah Michelle Gellar and Selma Blair in Cruel Intentions had this kiss. And it was just so sexy because it was the girl from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And what was so cool about that kiss is it was very passionate, but as they pulled apart, there was this spit line. And I remember, it was so awesome. And there's something about, a spit line in two hot women kissing that...
It makes it real.
It does.
Yeah.
And then, out of the blue, there was a Miller's Girl movie, and it didn't do well in theaters or anything, but one of the more popular women actresses right now is Jenna Ortega, who, you know her from Wednesday and all that, but she and Gideon Adlin had this kiss in this movie, Miller's Girl, and lo and behold, the Cruel Intentions spit line appears. So we had to have fun with that one, and that won our best spit line.
I love it. There is
the next one you might have to skip over.
Yeah, I mean, it is a full on shot of a woman. There's of course a substance.
But can I say one thing about that without getting too graphic?
Yeah.
It was our best gyno shot, by the way, so you can figure that out. But this is what makes this so amazing. This is from a Netflix original series. Yeah. It's called Super Sex, which was about Rocco Siffredi, the Italian porn star. So I just want you to... This is the kind of stuff that you might not know about or you might not have caught, but what you're seeing right there, is from Netflix. That's not from Pornhub. That's from Netflix. So I just want to make sure you're clear on that. So.
It's a lot like there's a scene from the what was it, the 80s or 90s with Sharon Stone where she uncrossed her legs and you can barely see shadows of anything and everybody's like, oh my God, this here you could read the tea. I mean, you see what's going on. You can count the layers. Yeah.
Yeah, but I again, if this was on Pornhub, I would zip right by it.
Yeah.
Netflix, that becomes an Anatomy Award. So.
Down for Best Picture, of course, is Demi Moore and The Substance, which I think you're getting the best of both worlds in this picture right here.
Yeah, because I know you're a Margaret Qualley fan, but so every year we look at a mainstream movie with mainstream actresses that had the most nudity, and without question, we thought Substance was the best. But let me give you a little quick question. Because we're about the same age, when you were in high school or college or whatever, if I said to you, hey, there's this movie with this hot 61-year-old.
Yeah, right.
And she's going to be fully nude. What would you have thought?
Yeah.
You'd be like, are you kidding? There's no way. But I got to tell you, Demi Moore, when you see The Substance, looks like she's 30. It's unbelievable. It's just funny.
Her ass is awkward. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, don't get me wrong. For 61 years old, she looks fantastic.
But for 61, let's be realistic. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought it was cool. But hey, Margaret Qualley's ass, by the way, could have also been in contention for best ass of the year. So
she is something else. That girl. She does.
And you know that's Andy McDowell's daughter.
Yeah, and I believe I learned that from you when Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out. Yeah,
for people that don't know, if that great movie from Quentin Tarantino, she was the Manson girl that was trying to seduce Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
and it was so sexy. Yeah,
she does that dumb thing with her lip that would get me every time. As an old man now, if you're a girl, just do that stupid thing with your lip. I'll buy you whatever you want.
She did a thing on the Oscars where she was like a Bond girl. They did a thing, and she was a Bond girl, and I was like, yep, she could be a Bond girl.
Yeah.
Yep. She's so pretty. She's so pretty.
And of course, like many award shows, they give out a Lifetime Achievement Award. This is a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Skin Achievement. Yeah, my guy spelled it wrong for you there, but that's nobody at the Mr. Skin office is known for their spelling, but don't worry about it. I just noticed that myself. But anyway, so every year we look at an actress who's had like a Hall of Fame nudity career, but maybe is later in their career, maybe he's going to retire from the nudity game, and we like to do this Lifetime Skin Achievement Award, but also we like to look for someone that's kind of back in the news a little, and our winner this year, it was pretty easy choice, was Pamela Anderson, because you guys remember, I don't know if you saw that Netflix documentary they did I think it was in 2023, and then that Pam and Tommy miniseries on Hulu, but also this Last Showgirl movie where she's actually got a Golden Globe nomination and a SAG nomination for her performance in it. And it's so cool because, everyone makes fun of her as Baywatch and, she's B-movie actress. But she actually now got some recognition. It was so cool. And she's always been fun and had a great attitude about nudity. So more than happy to give Pam Anderson the Lifetime Skin Achievement Award for our 26th annual Anatomy Award.
Well deserved, Pam Anderson. Well deserved. She's been giving her all. I'll tell you, I've met her before, and she was wearing she was dating Tommy or married to Tommy at the time, and she was wearing a white, like men's cut T-shirt with no bra underneath and just a little pair of jean shorts, and it was the hottest goddamn thing I'd ever seen. I mean, she was just, I couldn't believe she was standing right there, and we were seeing, it was like seeing Marilyn Monroe in real life.
Yeah. That's so cool that you got to see, and you saw her, the Tommy Lee days were like crazy.
Prime.
That was peak Pam Anderson, so.
Well, this is good stuff, and you can go and check it out for yourself at MrSkin.com. Follow along, and for all the nudity that has been in movies ever, all cataloged and there for you. You can find that always at MrSkin.com. Great to catch up with you. Congratulations on the 26th annual awards. This is good stuff.
Yeah, thanks so much. Always great to talk to you guys.
All right, pal. Take it easy. The great Mr. Skin. There you go. I'll tell you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little worked up right now. Not that worked up. I mean, like I get excited about some of the things that they show on here. Like you don't see that everywhere, Carmen, were you following along?
I was.
Oh,
As
huh.
much as I can.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because you're at work.
Yeah. So it's blocked here.
Yeah. Galvin's blocked here.
Yeah.
I guess I need to see Honora. It's it's won Best Picture, Best Actress.
I'm not attracted to that girl, though.
I mean, I saw some clips.
Oh, did you?
She definitely took some classes.
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah.
she looks real.
She doesn't do
Like-
it for me.
Hmm.
Amy Adams with the row of teeth doesn't do it.
Wait, that's
No.
not the same movie.
No. I'm just going down the list again. There's one that we skipped on here.
Yeah.
Please no.
Dumb.
It was a woman giving birth to a child. I'm not interested in that. Certainly if it's not real.
What's worse, that or the the rabbit?
The rabbit's pretty
Rabbit's
funny.
pretty bad.
There's best reverse teater-totter, which is pretty good. You're going to have to go look at that one for yourself. Zoe Saldana won best butt. And there's best selfie. And that best spit line was pretty hot, too. Anyway, go enjoy it. MrSkin.com. All right, I have to take a break. Our phone numbers, if you want to get through, 81...
No.
True. 800-771-1025. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone. I'll grab some of these phone calls. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Morning. I wasn't sure if anybody was playing more games or a show. Or...
No. Mike Calta Show, Medicine Man?
Yeah, what's up, Benjamin? That was a long-ass commercial break. Did somebody have to make a poop?
Maybe I won't take any more phone calls.
It's on you.
Did you see whose head popped back up yesterday?
I did.
Casey Anthony is back. She's making TikTok videos.
Oh, all right.
Topless?
Really?
No, I made that part. Yeah, it would be a lot better if she was.
I guess she's saying she's a legal consultant now. And
Legal
that's-
advocate.
Advocate, yeah.
Can I tell you how she retires? Immediately?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
If she did an OnlyFans, it would be huge.
Although I have to tell you, Galvin,
Yeah.
yes, I agree with you, but not holding up as well as you is like when's the last time you saw her as opposed to now? Now
Yeah.
she just looks like a mom, even though
I
that's
think,
a weird thing to call her.
I think I saw like cell phone video of her in a club or
In the
something
night-
over in
in the
Orlando.
bar.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
looked hot.
Yeah.
And she was skinny and she looked hot. Not that she's fat, but she does not look nearly as attractive as she was before.
Well,
looks
tighten
old.
it up a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do OnlyFans, though, you can't, like, I don't know. I guess you can. I was like, you can't just do I'm doing OnlyFans, but I'm not getting naked. I mean, you got to be all in. But a lot of these, like, isn't Iggy Azalea doing OnlyFans where she doesn't get naked, or she just shows, like, side boob and stuff?
Yeah.
And
she
they make
shows a
money
little
off
bit,
of that.
Yeah, that Bad Barbie.
Baby.
Bad Baby. That's her whole thing. I don't think she ever, I don't know whether she
No,
ever
I think
shows,
she did. I think she showed them giant cans that she had.
Did she?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know. Bad Baby has not got
Really?
naked.
I made that
Yeah.
like $2 million or whatever?
A day.
Oh no, 50 million.
Yeah.
For what? Yeah, because you're just dealing with volume at that
And-
point.
And because it was like that countdown to her turning 18.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
'Cause, yeah, she made the 2 million like in the first 24 hours.
Right.
Now it's
But-
been a couple years.
Yeah, but I think in her first year she made like $54 million.
Yeah, I think you're right.
She turned that around on Dr. Phil, man. She made
Oh,
herself
yeah.
into a superstar from nothing.
She should buy Dr. Phil's like studios and
Yeah.
stuff and just take over.
Trust me, I think he's doing okay.
Yeah.
She had a baby not too long ago.
A bad one?
Yeah.
I bet you that's a healthy relationship.
I think it's some rapper or
Oh,
something.
really? What a
This is
surprise.
shocking.
Oh, that's what
And no, they are on again, off again, not together. There's like big beef with her and Alabama Barker right now.
What is an Alabama Barker?
Is that the dude that sits on the sofa?
No.
That's Paul somebody Blunt, Dave Blunt.
Is that like a Cleveland steamer?
No.
Give me the old Alabama Blumker.
Alabama Barker is Travis Barker's daughter
Oh.
with his first wife. And they are putting out diss tracks right now about each other. Alabama and Bad Baby.
Levon is the father, right? By the way, I'm looking at Casey Anthony on TikTok. Not bad at all.
No,
Not
definitely
bad. Just not as sexy as she was before.
Yeah.
Not a great angle, but good skin and everything that's going on. I think.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. She will make a ton of money.
She looks like your typical 40-year-old.
No,
She will make
No,
a
I
ton
think
of
so.
money until you start realizing that the reason she's famous is because she killed her baby allegedly.
and then she'll make more.
And then she'll make more.
Yeah.
She's very angry that people are accusing her of that.
Yeah. Well, is she surprised by it? Carmen, what are the chances I could play Alabama Barker's
No.
Cry Baby?
Nope.
Are you sure?
I mean,
No, I don't know. Hey,
Yeah,
Alabama Barker looks pretty hot.
I mean, I've heard both of their diss tracks, and it's a lot of cursing.
All right, then
a
I'm
lot
out.
about S&Ds.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm looking at the lyrics. Yeah, right off the bat, you're out.
Yeah.
literally. One. Well, it starts with bitch, and then it says you're a, and then you're off the air.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, then let's not do that. Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
Hello.
I don't know if you want to put this on air, but recently I won tickets.
No, I don't want to put it on there. Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
You went back to it. You went back to it
every time.
You had
We tell you.
the one guy, and then Medicine Man. And
I
you
need to
said
figure
no.
out what's going on. You're there. I know you're there. I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I say hello.
Meow.
Why don't you say hello back?
Yep. See?